Alright, hello guys, and welcome back to our Let's Play as Super Germany, now known as the United States of Europe. I am hoping that all the audio issues are finally resolved, and we are still playing on the 1.8.3 update for this specific save, just to avoid any unforeseen destabilizations. We are going to try to just finish it up today, probably try to at least reach the 1920s, 1930s, and honestly, this is not a united Europe yet. It looks united, but it's not all of Europe. Things are going great if you're in the central part of Europe, but not as much if you're outside of it. So I think it's time to start unifying things a bit faster. We are going to try to finish passing proportional taxation. It does have a low chance we are writing an unacceptable government as we try to pass it, but that would resolve a lot of our taxation issues, which would be very nice. Speaking of which, our movements are kind of all over the place. I see the feminist movement probably still has one of the largest supports if you're not counting the supremacist movement, which is adorable, I guess. I don't know. They're just, you know, they're here. I'm going to close that tab, though. It's a lot of information over here. I have tried the 1.8.6 update. And I will say really quick, I do like it. It does make companies feel better because they do have a higher chance to build and purchase buildings that they are specialized in. So an example is I had a game where the food company owned 80% or more of all my food industries, compared to this game where they own less than a sixth of it. So yeah, the 1.8.6 update does make it feel a lot better and rectifies some of the issues I was personally having. Or at least makes it to where they're not a pain anymore, and it's like, yeah, this is fine. So the biggest thing I want to worry about going ham here and just spiking the infamy is that a lot of our subjects are not going to agree with that and are very, very likely going to just spike in liberty desire. But, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. We're just gonna see what happens. France and Britain are currently at war with each other, or at least they will be soon, which is great. We're technically mobilized for a fight in Indonesia, but that's not really a fight. It's going to be more of a one-sided slaughter. The industrialists are still strong, and so are the armed forces, surprisingly. I mean, yes, I may have manipulated the political system a little with some of the appointments, but that's fine. It has led to a very nice army with 59, 58 average. Oh, God. We don't even have the support equipment yet. What are we researching? Mechanized farming? Right, because we're using meat. So maybe after that, we develop a bit more into the military. I see the automatic machine gun is spreading to us. Oh, right, we would need the telephone and radio and electricity and all that, because we need radios for the later units. Anyway, you know what? I think we're just going to kick this off by bullying France out of existence. We're just going to do it now, honestly. We're just going to go ahead and do it now, is what I'm thinking here. And the first step is to just wipe France off the map. Or at least wipe a chunk of France off the map, because you have to keep in mind that if we push for too much, they'll just back down. So we can't just walk in and annex the whole place immediately. But we can at least target the territory. Where is Champagne? Did I target Champagne first? Is that way I can't find it? Yes. We'll just target the important states that are a good chunk of their remaining economy, 9%, 12%, although that might be every state here at this point. The French Low Countries as well, because that is worth a lot. 21%. Is that just coal? Half of it is coal. Normandy, that's... And then we're definitely adding that as a primary there, which will push us over the limit. It is going to piss... It's gonna make everyone mad. Like even our ally of Russia is gonna basically tell us to just leave. Trying to use respectful language, but sometimes the occasional other word slips out there. Sorry about that. But basically, everyone hates us now. If they exist in the world, their single thought is that they hate the person ruling in Berlin right now, which is me. So they hate me a lot. You know what? Let's take France as well. We'll just add all of this. We're already over our infamy limit here, so let's just dump the whole thing at this point, right? And then add war reps to just add onto the bullying. And the French army is so weak now, I only have to mobilize one squadron unless someone of note joins them. And we have just hit 1 billion GDP, which is a nice bonus. I wonder if they would have taken French lowlands, actually, the Netherlands. Probably not, because they're Flemish, or they don't have Flemish. They don't have a claim to it. I do believe the liberty desire of all of our subjects will just spike now, because, yeah, when you're a pariah, the infamy gets a +2 bonus, which is impossible to prevent. It will just rise and stay rising. So this does mean we are going to lose nations like Sweden who are in the market, because when you go to war, your leverage is just nuked. We did see that before in a previous war in this game. And we don't have any maneuvers left, so we can't really bully the people that try to defend France. We can just... Well, I mean, I guess we could bully them by occupying their country. Well, that's not what I meant. Yep, Russia will not join to help us, but the good news is that they also... They just want to stay out of this so badly, they won't help anyone. Ooh, 16. They've actually mobilized a lot of troops. So, we will just mobilize some additional troops. Ah, the US is already trying to cut us down to size. That didn't take long. The US can mobilize a ton of conscripts, but over 500 conscripts, they don't have the GDP. They don't have the economy to sustain that. There's no way for them to sustain that. Meanwhile, we are going into debt for this too, but we can very easily raise taxes if it comes to it. We're not going to do that right now. But if we need to, we can. Give me just a moment. I was tabbing out of the other wars, so they wouldn't fill up the screen. I accidentally clicked on the French one. Oh, no, because when I was bouncing over here, I clicked on the French one by accident after we activated this. Because I wasn't paying attention, so we got up to about this point. Okay, here we are. And I started declaring neutrality, not realizing our war was still at the top of the screen. There we go. Okay, we're back on track. That was a misclick there. And, well, while I'm happy to, like, pay off 50 million of debt like we did in the US run of the command economy, that is just such a slip up right there. I just have to course correct it real quick because I messed up badly. Alright, we'll try to do what we did last time and just knock Sweden out of the war as quickly as we can. So they don't get knocked out of the power block, though that might happen anyway. Alright, the Pabrine epidemic is over. As for the US, I don't think we can really get anything out of them. In the sense that I don't think we can make the landing unless I were to... Actually... We could force one of the vassals to just join the war, couldn't we? Yeah. Seizing New York would make the map look a bit funny, but it would also hurt the Americans a lot. New York and Pennsylvania, really, those tend to be kind of hubs of industry in the game. I do see Ohio's at 6% for them. We are at 20 standard of living with modifier, so that's a nice little touch. I mean, if we could seize the Statue of Liberty, but maybe we shouldn't get distracted. Ignore the US. We have bigger things to think of. We'll just ignore the Americans. Oh, did Occitania join? Which side did they join? Oh, okay, they joined the other war. In that case, never mind. Don't think of the bigger picture. The bigger picture came to us. Because the Americans won't back down. I know this for a fact that they won't back down. So what we could do is just start claiming as much of Occitania as possible and remove them from the equation as a future threat. Now, they do have a bit of a military. They have been in our customs union for a while, I believe. I have to double check that. I could be wrong. One of our things is American war reps, so the Occitanians are in this independently, so I'm not that worried. But we are basically just going to take them over. Excellent. Okay, that is something to worry about slightly, though, because they do actually have a military. It's not as advanced as ours, and if I remember correctly... No, they are actually in their own market. That's also fine. We do have 24 troops that we can move here and mobilize conscripts for. So we'll actually we'll mobilize the conscripts for this force, and we'll put it on defense until we finish up with the other war. That way, it's not a problem. And we are going to let the private construction pool kind of take over construction so all of our funding can go to the war effort. See, do you have... Nope. These are kind of AFK armies. I didn't really build them up. We have invented tractors! Or at least that's what the game tells me, so... What were we using before? I don't know. But we are going to work towards the telephone and then the radio, because we do need the radio to use... Sorry, wrong tab. To use both siege artillery, because they do consume radios here, as you can see, as well as the squad infantry and by extension the tanks. They all need radios, but they are a good improvement. So we're going to work towards that next, since we're going to be war pretty much everyone here. We kind of need to make sure we have the weapons. Also, a change I noticed is that this debate event no longer has a negative to your success chance. You can either do the tax cut like before for success chance, or this used to cause a negative to your success chance. It now gives you a +5 in exchange for your middle strata having the higher ambitions as before, which we can sustain right now, so that's fine. Okay, 77, that is not good. Oh yes, the Americans are here, so... Let's actually switch another unit over here and just put them on the defense, because the sheer number difference means they could still win. But if we use our advanced defense capabilities against the Americans, we might be fine. Jeez, wow, that is a number and a half. Ooh, disease outbreak. Intensity of 6.9. That's terrifying. How extensive is this? Ooh. And that's with level 3 home affairs weakening it. Because remember, our home affairs... Oh, no, wait, this... I'm sorry. The National Guard is not capable of fighting a disease outbreak. Please disregard this information pamphlet from the government. West Galician Pipeline. These are cool and they're cute. I don't want to spend the money on it indefinitely. So how is this going? It looks like our initial defense is doing very well. Yeah, they're losing several times more our losses in terms of dead and wounded. So if that holds up, then they won't break through in time. Oh, our investment pool's doing so well. Sweden should bow out somewhat soon, hopefully soon enough. New neighbors, old grudges. North Italians. God, that was a lot of hostility, actually. I really should check that. I do see that we're about to have another revolt in Africa at some point. I'm debating on moving us to cultural exclusion, because that would shift a lot of them from culturally erasure to open prejudice. It would make it less problematic. But we're gonna deal with that situation after we deal with the situation over here, which I think... we don't need the war reps. The US declared war on us, so let's focus on that. That doesn't wipe France off the map. Oh, that was a nice change in borders, actually. It looks very smooth. It doesn't wipe France off the map, but it pretty much almost guarantees that they'll become a minor power. And it knocks them to the point where there's not much they can do. And I think since we have France as a primary culture, French, this should just, yeah, 2 years. Won't take long to incorporate it all. And we'll just switch it all over to our stuff. Sweet. I know we were saving the 6th slot here for the oil company, but we do... I don't know if they've actually built the building here. They might not have built the building yet. Oh, Compagnie de Congo. More prestige! Everyone in rubber plantations dies more often. I mean, it's tempting. I won't say yes, but I won't say no either. This one right here. We need steel mills. The morale loss, morale recovery. We aren't going to do it for a while. I think we have 2 companies that produce steel at this point. No, this is the wrong company. Here's our company list. We have 1 that produces steel. We have 2 that produce steel. I see. Does this one own a lot more of the steel companies? Why do you own so many steel companies? And then you own pretty much no steel companies, right? Yeah, you're just smaller in general. That is weird. Well, they're both productive, so, you know. It's okay. Yeah, we will have to incorporate Burgundy before we can actually do it, but there are 3 steel mills here. That might be something we do. I'm actually not certain yet, but we will come back to that later when we can actually make a decision. It's either that or, again, the oil company in Romania, and I'm kind of leaning towards that just for economical reasons. Yeah, free success chance. I'll take it. It's not really free, but, you know, I like to think it is. We'll just go ahead and start switching them over now. They can go ahead and advance. We have the numbers and the strength. The Americans won't know what hit. We're not being naval invaded, are we? I haven't, like, missed that or something. No? Okay. Sure. We could use a change of base. We could use a change. Why is luxury furniture at 26% base price? Do we not make... Right, no, we don't make as many luxury clothes as I was thinking we make. We should make some more luxury clothes. I won't switch all of them over, but we'll switch a couple of them over. He says, switching like 5 of them over without paying attention. And then we'll see what that looks like. Plus 12, plus 17, that's better. Introduce some variety here. Hey, look at that, our budget's actually getting better. I wonder why. Also, at this point, funding the lobbies might not work. Actually, you're almost at the point where your liberty desire wouldn't be increasing. Wait, why is support independent? No, that must be a UI bug. I think it's just the reduced subject payments is what it's checking. We're just gonna ignore that. Tahiti wants independence. Well, that won't do. That won't do at all. How is private construction doing? Building literally everywhere. With probably reckless abandon and no assessment for the consequences of what they're doing. The Roman Republic. Oh, there goes the Pope, I guess. Ooh, vast sums of money. I like this one because you either take the 10%, the time and chance, or you get the agitator to get the grifter trait, which is a negative trait, in exchange for double that. So you're basically treating him, the agitator, like a sacrificial lamb for more success chance. It's very fun, and I enjoy it. Really quickly, is there anything I want to change here? The authoritarian and the intelligentsia would be a good thing to change. There's a lot of intelligentsia. Oh yeah, how is the radical movement doing? It's actually still relevant. Neat. I was gonna do some agitator shopping, but there's no one to really purchase out right now. There's a communist movement in the country, but it's... I mean, it's relevant, but it's not, like, strong. I mean, it has almost 10 million followers, but we'll ignore that part. Yeah, that's fine. Royalist movement. Are we still a monarchy? No, we just haven't stamped out monarchism. That's why. So, I'm certain everyone pointed it out, and I didn't notice it until we just won. I didn't realize that I had put all of Occitania to be annexed by Tunis instead of us. I need to get used to that in 1.8 you can get things for your puppets. I very much forgot that we can do that. I very much forgot about that. So Tunis just reached the 11th largest economy in the world. Because I can't read. And I assume they're in this war with us as well, right? The, war down there, yeah. So we'll have to fix that in a minute. That's, oh god. This is the Cuba situation all over again from the Command Economy game, where I accidentally gave East Africa to Cuba. Just all of East Africa given to Cuba. And I didn't realize my mistake until it was too late. And I was like, well, I guess we're just gonna deal with it now. Yeah, that's this game right now. We're just gonna deal with that, I guess. Oh, God. Ooh, war propaganda. Who doesn't love war propaganda? What could go wrong with a little bit of war propaganda? A lot of things, actually, could go very wrong with war propaganda. Anyway, we are going to kickstart the electronics industry by building, let's say, 30 levels here in West Slovakia. I'm just arbitrarily choosing West Slovakia here. And we'll build up the power plants a bit. Actually, we need coal power if we're going to make radios, now that I look at this. So we don't need this yet. Tunis really wants to increase its autonomy now. I can't imagine why. It's not like they just suddenly saw an influx. They want this pipeline again. Same pipeline. Oh, yep, Uruguay and the home counties just left. Not surprising. We have very high infamy. It is kind of killing our leverage. Yeah, it's still killing Sweden, actually. Are we at peace with... Are you at peace now, Tunis? Nope, same side because you're a subject. Do I not have you exempt? I don't. Let's just exempt them all really quick so they don't get yanked in so I can target them individually here. Yeah. Oh, our elections have just torn the country apart. Ah, the armed forces formed the National People's Party. So we'll just kick them out of government really fast here. Ah, yep, nope, there it is. Wow, that is a lot of votes. Oh, right, because the SPD's been getting no votes all this game. I forgot that our SPD in this game has just been getting absolutely bullied. Every single election cycle. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and annex Tunis now because I completely messed up. I was actually gonna let Tunis live because of how, like, tiny they are, but now that they own southern France, because, again, I can't read, and I'm not paying attention, basically. We have to put them down now. So I'm sorry, what's going on over here? Oh, they're going to war over an area and the Ottomans are in this. Oh, nope, I didn't mean to support unconditionally. Ah, the misclicks. You know what? We're in for it now. I'm misclicking galore here. Oh, we have no points now, do we? Yeah, I can't do anything now. Yeah. Figures as much that I misclick the hell out of that. Now I can't even bully the Ottomans later. Oh well. I'm not gonna reload for those misclicks because those aren't like catastrophic game-ending clicks that we can't recover from. That one where I accidentally backed down on the war, that one just sucked. I couldn't stand with that one. That was just terrible. Return southern Serbia. Oh, are the Ottomans in this one too? So we're at war with them anyway, regardless. Oh, that's cute. Ah, so I can reduce their autonomy anyway. I'm in 2 separate wars for them. I don't expect Tunis to back down. They can't. It's unlikely because they'd be annexed. So that's actually a good thing. That's in our favor. And then do I just conquer you directly? I guess I do because making you subjects would not particularly go well in the long run. We have 86 points left, so let's do this one at a time. One at a time as in, let's remove each nation one at a time here. And then the other ones... Let me go to the Protectorate one. Morocco and the Roman Republic. Let's just seize Rome itself, because I don't have enough points. Who can I sway and why? Liberia can be swayed with an obligation. That's adorable. You're adorable, Liberia. Let's just mobilize, upgrade the army and mobilize it. Over-enthusiastic partisans. Nope. Oh, wait, that's the army. I shouldn't have done that. Wait, that's the army, not the army! So what is our relative mobilization to them? Not bad. Yeah, we're definitely stronger. Just force it through. Let's start recruiting some Frenchmen to join the army. Why not? What could go wrong? We just conquered them. It's not like they'll be upset about it, right? Oh, they'll definitely be upset about it. They'll be very upset about it. What we actually do need to do is just naval invade Tunis. Wow, that is a lot of upset people. It's not my fault that I want to conquer. Well, actually, it is my fault that I want to conquer their countries. Oh wow, the SPD can finally get votes again. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, the SPD is actually winning something for once. That's amazing. They're at minus 57%, they're getting 29% of the vote on wealth voting. That's just how rich our country is, I guess. Alright, so we do want to naval invade the Tunisian capital here. Just to knock it out nice and easy. And I'm not worried about losing any of these wars, it's just... I kind of annoyed myself by giving Tunis all of southern France without meaning to, and it's just... It's one of those little pains, it's like, well, now I gotta go deal with it. Let me clear the UI up here, it's just really messy at this point. Is this a heat wave? That is a big heat wave, God does not like us. There's a giant heat wave, what do we do? We don't need the revoke claim. There we go, Egypt's larger, so by extension, we're larger, even though Egypt hates us. It's their defiant. Oh yep, we'll annex Tunis, we'll get rid of Sardinia, Piedmont, we'll take Rome, and we'll knock the Ottomans down to a puppet, so they won't be able to act independently anymore. That will make things look a lot better on the map. Maybe actually defend one of those fronts. Yeah, that should knock Tunis down pretty fast here. Oh my goodness, the casualties. I mean, they're not high for Tunis, but it's enough to where their war exhaustion is collapsing. Nope. And then we're gonna research the radio. Alright, we now own Rome, which will take 5 years to incorporate. Very nice. Tripolitania has just surrendered. Yep, everyone is starting to surrender now. Sardinia, Piedmont has just ceased to exist. That's what I thought. I figured they won't surrender unless we force them to, which is fine. I don't mind forcing them to surrender. It won't be that hard, right? We should probably just start building power plants everywhere and get power rolling. But, oof. Game did not like that, but we are kind of fighting a massive war right now. Do we make liquor in some of them? I guess we make liquor in some of them. I'll just leave that for now. Alright, that's just we annexed France, southern France here. Alright, let's get more incorporation going here. Technically, Tunis I don't have to incorporate by extension of the others, but you know what? I just figured why not. We'll just do it. It's there. We might as well. Russia's declared a rivalry. I assume that means our alliance is over. Our standard of living is going to start seeing drops because our population is going to just explode wide. Oh god, all of our trade routes are failing now because we're being embargoed. That's gonna hurt the economy a little, but more of France is under... I'm sorry, not France. Europe is under our control, so it should be fine. The Qing are antagonistic too, but I'm pretty sure they rely on us for guns. Yeah, good luck fighting us. What about Russia? Oh yeah, their gun prices suddenly went up. I wonder why. Anything else suddenly go up in price for Russia by any chance? Oh yeah, their tools. They no longer have enough tools to operate because they embargoed us. They stopped importing the tools. And engines. Engines got super expensive. So, good luck with that, Russia. I'm sure your economy will find a means to recover, but until it does, you get to suffer. Because now all that cheap iron won't be so cheap. Let's see, we just have the Ottomans to kind of bully down here at this point. Technically, Algeria is in this too, I think. Yeah, but we didn't target them, so I don't particularly care about their opinion, even if they keep the war going. Yep, we're just kind of waiting for the war exhaustion to kick in at this point. And there it goes. Ah, Japanese Talon. The Tokugawa of the Shinto monks. Nah, that's fine. Wait, Japan owes us an obligation? Cool. I probably just forgot. We probably got that at some point. I just don't remember. So that is definitely a more united Europe. It's still nowhere near perfect, but it's definitely better. And if I'm correct, does the Vatican City give us anything as Protestants? No, so I guess only Catholics can get the authority and influence bonus from this. Which, you know, fair enough, fair enough. So any special renaming that might have happened? I assume not. I just like to check for that now. Still the French Low Countries. I guess we are part French now. Why don't we build the Eiffel Tower? You know, with planners from Berlin. I also love how France is just kind of this rump state at this point. They really are just a shadow of their former selves. Would love to bully Britain down to that accord, but they have kind of lost almost everything of their empire. The only major threat now, I'd say, is ironically Russia. Our ally is probably the only last remaining threat. Wow, the army is really powerful now. Did I forget to upgrade it at some point or something? Well, let's let the next week tick here. Let's get like an interesting, not an interesting, but a report for our finances. Oh, our finances are fantastic. Oh, they're beautiful. I do see they're kind of building power plants everywhere. Speaking of power plants, let me switch this over, that might make it better. Switch that on. Switch all these to diesel steel. And as soon as the radio's invented, we'll be in business. Eventually. That's a lot of telephones we need. Once the radio's done, we actually do need to then start researching defense in depth and probably NCO training? Well, no, we should at least get war propaganda, because that 5% morale loss means we lose less morale in combat. We will invade Russia this game. I promise you, before this game is over, we will invade Russia. And there it is. We have proportional taxation. Suddenly we're making a lot of money. But we are going to immediately use this to do a tax break to help stabilize the country. I also forgot we're actually taxing furniture and automobiles. I also forgot to change this up after the election ended. So we're just going to eat a small penalty there. Huh, switching to oligarchy could be funny. I mean, it would still keep a powerful industrialist base, so that's fine, I suppose. But what you'd probably want to do at this point is move towards land... Oh, that's the wrong menu. Move towards landed voting so that only, like, capitalist, clergy, aristocrats, and officers can vote. And if you look at our current population pool, it would be the clergymen who would have the most votes. The aristocrats, you could count them for double, so the capitalists would kind of be in third. So that would be an interesting change there. Good deal. We'll probably just keep it on wealth voting, though. Would love to get compulsory primary school at some point to improve the education system further. But it's already doing very well. I forgot we were still in level 4 education in the 1900s. But that's the price we pay for the political system we have. I see the trade unions aren't happy anymore. I mean, I can kind of -10 from appeasement. Oh, right, because our relationship with Russia is just destroyed at this point. And they're suffering the same thing, though, so... To be fair, Russia started it. But yeah, that would explain a good deal. I'm trying to see if there's anything in this that I want to pass in terms of laws. Aside from maybe cultural exclusion, which has a lot of resistance from movements, not really. So we'll probably just stick to it as is. We could actually establish colonies to take it off our hands. Or we can be greedy and keep it. I'm not sure, we're just gonna roll with it. So let's think, do we want to go after Britain right now? Britain would not be too difficult. Actually, what we could do is invade the home counties first. Russia would side with them. A lot of people would side with them, actually, and that kind of makes sense. They haven't made people upset, unlike certain countries. Ooh, grant state. What can I grant them? I'm curious. Not what I expected, but okay. I thought, you know, it might be a state in Europe or something like that. Spain, are you still a major power for now? I was thinking about bullying them into becoming a subject. Just because, what is that name? Alright. Alright, we're not gonna go look over in the Americas. Is that major power, US? Ooh, the cost for prestige is getting so high now that the US just can't maintain its status as a great power. Ooh, that's great. Yeah, I was hoping they'd form... oh, I guess they can't because they need good relations with everyone, don't they? Yeah, didn't think about that. Okay, we might not be getting the oil company. We might just do another military company at that point then. Or we could do a generic oil company. But remember, we're kind of thinking here. You know what? We'll just do it. There we go. Job done. We're just gonna do it. I'm trying to think of, like, who we haven't gone to war with that isn't the Russians, because I'm pretty sure they're using skirmishers, aren't they? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We're on something better than that. Who would join Russia if we went to war with them? Qing would. Qing would join. Which isn't a huge concern because they rely on us for all their, literally all their guns. But Qing does have that power of sheer numbers, which is a little scary. Qing is also very reliant on us for tools. I think our tools have gotten very cheap. Oh my god, our tools are at minus 38%? That's way too cheap. That is ridiculously cheap. What if we just invade two Sicilies? Yeah, I think Russia's just gonna kind of oppose us at every point. So I just have to... Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's all we have to really do then, is just attack someone that Russia will defend that Qing can't get involved in. Oh, apparently no one's gonna defend Denmark. That's just sad. Well, I mean, if no one's gonna defend them, we might as well take the homeland. Now, keep in mind, that's not everything, but, we could at least take Iceland and Greenland as well, right? And then I think... Yeah, they do have a little treaty port down here. Cool. That's pretty cool. Oh yes, the new tax system change. I forgot to kind of assess how that's going to affect people. It's already been having an effect, I'm sure. We'll just check these bureaucrats really quick. They haven't really adjusted or changed. It might have not changed them because it did increase the income part and they're being paid a lot like bureaucrats are. They may have already gone up a level. But others who are discriminated not being paid as much would have actually seen a bit of tax relief. Yeah, these guys went up one standard of living level. From 20 to 21 with modifiers. They're actually going up again. Okay, that's good. We want to see stuff like that. Then what else can we add? I mean, we could make Denmark a protectorate as well, so whatever it has left is just a protectorate. Make them pay for it. You know, all the good things that you do when you're invading a country. Which are definitely great and definitely not horrible things that you should never do. Anyway. I like how Ireland exists. It's just there now. When can we bully France again? 1905. Near the end of 1905. We're actually kind of partway there already. I just realized we have a terrible bureaucracy deficit because of all the incorporation we are doing. Good news, we have telephones now. We can actually start implementing the switchboards, which does greatly increase taxation capacity and bureaucracy compared to the third production method. Also makes a lot of the clerks into bureaucrats, which is, you know, again, they get paid more. Means we have to pay more people money, but it also means more people have a better standard of living. It also means they're going to have more voting rights. And they're not going to vote for the industrialists, I'm afraid. But we'll deal with that when it comes to it. We also have radios now, so I suddenly am not going to have enough telephones for this, because I think this cuts it in half. Not in half, but I did forget to... Oh, did we not build it up here yet? We did not. I might have built it in the wrong state or just forgot. Let's quickly, because it's going to be a very big one. We'll probably bump it up to 20 levels. and subsidize it. They should be building more telephone or electric industries somewhere. I hope. They might not be, actually. We might have to build some more ourselves. Yeah, it looks like we have to build some more ourselves. Oh, there we are. Romania formed. We can go bully them for that now. I was kind of waiting for that. I wasn't sure if it would form. And an army costs a lot. So does construction, but, you know. Okay, what if I take off the war reps? Yeah, once it goes... Yep, there it is. There we are. Now we border Sweden. How nice. Russia would join, Qing might join. Okay. Two Sicilies might join, Greece might join. No one else can. Okay, yeah, that'll be a good target. Oh, wait, Russia's auto-pulled into this. Oh, they were supporting independence. But China can't join, so this works. Okay, yeah, no, I'll take this. I will take this as a gift. I will take this as a gift. I will raise taxes if I have to. We will come back to the taxes later. Romania and Egypt both joined. That's great and all. I need to focus on the fact that we can bully Russia here. We'd have to take 3 states to get Baku for the oil. I think what we're gonna do here, one thing we'll definitely do is liberate Ukraine, because there's so many states in Russia we can't seize them all. But if we liberate Ukraine, that's gonna rip a good chunk of their economy out in terms of the agricultural sector here, as well as some of the coastline for their military. Wow, optimal sunlight and pollinator surge. Lucky. We are also definitely going to bully them for all of Poland, or at least the chunks of Poland that they own. Just because. And since we're annexing Serbia, they won't back down, which is nice. Goodness, this is a lot of options. Oh, reaward the Ottomans. Cool. Can I annex that? No, I can't put the annexation in this. That's right. That's a little protection thing there for them. Alright, do I not have an interest? Oh wow, there's a lot of areas in Russia we don't have an interest in. Hang on. Hang on, let's let all of that kind of generate in the background really quickly here. We're gonna kind of need those. Maybe we should mobilize the military as well, just to be safe. That is a big front line. Should be fine, though. We have a lot of units, including all the ragtag ones we kind of picked up along the way from people we annexed, which is funny. Okay, they should be up now. Yep, there they are. Yeah, there we are. We suddenly have a lot more options for what we can target. I'm not exactly targeting useful states, I'm just taking like a blanket of states over here. Just to push things. I don't think Bessarabia gets released when Ukraine's liberated, right? Yeah. So we'll probably want to take that as well, just to make it look nice. And then we're down to 11, so I don't think we can take much else. We can technically seize the frozen north. That's technically an option. True, we could have bullied Romania for their thing, but the main target here is Russia. Just anything to weaken Russia. Anything to weaken Russia. Russian Southern Livonia. Oh, right! Return state war goals. I forgot about that. Those aren't really valuable. I mean, the other thing we could do is just Russian war reps, so Russia has to pay for the war, and I will actually enforce that one. Just to help bankrupt Russia a bit. I do know our armed forces are no longer powerful, but that's okay. They'll be fine. Probably. Oil's getting a bit expensive, but that's probably fine. Right? That's probably not fine. So the war goals against us is basically just Serbian stuff, so if Serbia gets knocked out, this is over. So how are the numbers looking on the front? They have a numbers advantage, but we have a military efficiency advantage. That being said, it would be silly of me not to mobilize the conscripts. You know, just to be safe. Oh, right, we did invent, and this is going to cost us a lot. We did invent the machine gun, didn't we? 5 offense, 10 defense. It's going to knock our organization down here, but I'm not even paying attention to these. Are like groups we're not even using. I'm kind of noticing that these are just ragtag units that were just kind of added when we annexed people. So we're just kind of tossing everything on here. You know, we can deal with the terrified. This is awful organization. Who let the army become like this? Certainly wasn't me. As soon as there's not a secession crisis for more than 5 seconds, we're gonna be changing this army. I'll tell you what. That's never gonna happen. Devil's paintbrush. Give him stalwart defender. That one lasts forever, and that's plus 10% defense. Might as well give him the one that lasts forever, right? Oh yeah, I think we'll be fine. We just got another 10% army defense and siege artillery. We just have to, Oh, is that where all the money's going as well? Is here, yeah. It is going to push that over the edge, so we are going to need to build another one, or... Well, no, we should really just build another one somewhere. How much unemployment do we have now? Over 1 million because of all the new pops, I bet. I mean, well, yes, of course it's going to be profitable there, but what about Bombay? Of course, Bombay is going to have the highest unemployment. And the number of peasants. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. There's like a lot of peasants down over here in France. Of course they're heavily unemployed in France. Why wouldn't they be? It wasn't as developed as the rest of our country. We will not be making radios in these. We're just going to be making more telephones to help our bureaucracy. God, that is a lot of debt. But it's fine. We can roll with it. We can roll with it. A lot of little bits of navy here and there, too. Let us just begin a naval invasion of Ingria. Oh, this army wasn't mobilized. Well, alright then. Now it is. I also don't know what tech was spread to us. I was not paying attention. Oh well, it probably wasn't that important. If it was, I'll find out. Right? If it wasn't that important, it probably was important. Yeah, this war is going well in our favor. The casualties are very much in our favor right now. And a lot of Russians just went back to defend their, capital. But even though they have sheer numbers, our offense is just higher, so our casualty rate is significantly lower. Oh yeah, it's about a 3 to 1 advantage for us in the casualty ratio in terms of deaths. Then there's the demoralization where they're just breaking a lot faster, so we'll actually seize the Russian capital here. And that will pretty much just end Russia's chances of winning. Just right then and there. There's no war goal against us either, so after we beat Russia here, we can just end the war, and that's just kind of it. And Russia's currently at about 88 million GDP, 1,200 for their prestige. I'm just kind of noting this here because obviously they are going to fold pretty hard now. Yep. I think we're going to enforce the war reps just to help bankrupt Russia. But it is true, we could just, not. Oh, wow, yeah, no, they're still resisting us anyway. Yeah, we may as well just let this take its course here. I just have these guys defending, because, wow, they're so heavily outnumbered. Look at that, almost, it's like an 8 to 1 outnumberment. And they're still winning. Because the offense-defense ratio is so different. That they're actually winning. Oh, nope, now they're losing. Hang on, now they're losing. They did very well, though, for the circumstances. It's very, very good. Ooh, I'd love to come help you, Mexico. That would be great. But I'm kind of busy bullying the person who was probably protecting you. Actually, maybe we should be worried about the U.S. gaining strength. Nah, there'll be a great, like, final boss or whatever to fight later now that we've destroyed our ally. Well, our ex-ally. 10% of their tax income. Does Russia even have good tax income? No. Honestly, no. I would get more. Wow, really? Really, Egypt? Come on, give up. Don't leave poor, French mass migration from France. Cool. Okay, so Egypt's gonna kind of force our hand here. We're just gonna have to end it that way. Performance is taking a bit of a hit thanks to the ongoing war, but that's probably fine. I don't actually know if it is fine. I'm just gonna assume that it is. Oh, the petite bourgeoisie are led by a feminist now. How nice. When's the next election? 06. There's Ukraine. We'll have to get rid of Romania to make this look better, but bigger United States of Europe. Russia did lose a good chunk of its prestige. Its economy fell by quite a bit, about 15 million. And its navy has become a shadow of its former self. We can't bully Ukraine for about 5 years. We do get a truce with them, but we just kind of did that to rip it out of Russia there, just to weaken it a bit more. Well, they don't get Rostov. I must have misremembered that. Because it is a Ukrainian homeland in the game. That's why I was thinking they might just get it, but should have paid better attention there. That is fine. Alright, you're still in the power block, so I've got no reason to bully you just yet. Poor Britain is the 5th largest economy now. It's just been falling. This is still threatening to secede, but it hasn't quite gotten there yet. Although I don't doubt that they'll secede at some point. You know, eventually. They're just keeping us really, on our toes here, you see. Trying to have us see if they're actually going to secede or not. Okay, there we go. We're no longer in a crisis over that. Radios should be doing fine, honestly. They are radios. Yeah, plus 33. Oh. Pomerania is just gonna ignite a little here. But yeah, it's hard to tell what our standard of living actually is now, because you have to keep in mind we're annexing a bunch of areas that have a large chunk of their population as peasants still. It's not as, industrialized, if I can say that. But don't worry, we're working on that. Eventually. I'll just switch some of these over here. I know we switched them off from our mass clicking, but I'm trying to make it go the other way when I do that mass clicking. There we go. Now I have war propaganda. We do have defense in depth, so we really should get siege artillery. I think I forgot to upgrade the units to that. I did. They're not siege units yet. But now they're gonna be. Which at 55 offense compared to the shrapnel artillery is 45. I think their kill rate's slightly lower. It is. But the higher offense means they'll kind of win anyway. We did get concrete dockyards, so let's kind of use those. It does mean less people are employed by the government, and that is fine with me. Do we do an economic tech? We could do art silk, technically. I kind of want to do more military tech, get the NCOs going. I know it's actually called squad infantry in the game. It just says NCO training, so I just kind of read it like that. You know what? Let's just go ahead and grab it. Everyone's going to hate us. We might as well grab it. Have them ready by 1908 or so. We should be able to... Oh my god. France is an insignificant power. Let's go. That's great. Wage subsidies aren't going to save you now, France. Who is pulling us into a war and why? This one? in Arabia. Oh yeah, I forgot. Subject of subject, I think. Well, they were the Ottoman subject. They're our subject now. Oh man, Britain's just trying to really go ham here. Doing this mean no. Let's focus on our bigger picture here. We can bully Britain later en masse instead of a one-time thing. Get the Belle Epoque going too. Why not? It's a journal entry that allows someone to become obsessed with fine art later. Should be under potential risorgimento. Because I think it just needs us... Oh, Brandenburg has too much turmoil. Really? Might just be the unemployed here. I'm sure it will solve itself later. Yeah, it's been going down. Just give it some time. I believe it was October is when we can do the wars. Yeah. Just to make sure. October, the 30th of October. Okay, got it. Yeah, so at this point, we're letting the construction pool do most of the construction, but we're kind of doing bits of construction here and there for what's considered to be important sectors of the economy. In fact, since the construction pool has so much construction, we have so much more territory to develop now. Let's just inflate the economy a little. And build up France. But to do that, we're gonna need the rest of France. Oh, make a French protectorate. Oh! So let's see, the US would join, the Netherlands, Sweden. So the only concern I see here is that the US would join. Just to make sure, because I don't want them to be yoinked. That's like the only concern I can see there, is that the US would join. And it's only a concern because of the sheer numbers they can pump out. But again, because of their economy, I'm pretty sure they'd go bankrupt if the war went on too long. So honestly, let them come. Let them come after us. We'll make those primary to make sure France can't just wiggle its way out of this. And then, how much is it to make them a protectorate? Are we too low? Ah, 3 points too low. I was gonna take their mainland and then make the rest of their empire subjects, just to mess with them. But in that case, let's take Corsica. I know we could get French Guiana down here, which would be neat. It does give us a border with Brazil. We can naval invade them. I'd rather take Corsica just to kick the French out completely. And who knows, maybe the French will just back down to this and we don't have to fight it. Wouldn't get Corsica, but we'd get mainland France, which is what we want, so... That'd be good enough for me. How are the elections looking? Oh, wow. Really? The National People's Party now has the intelligentsia in it. Ah, authoritarian leader ideology. I see. I see. So they're still fearful? They're uncertain now. Well, I have siege artillery, so we'll see how that goes, as some of these units are still using lancers. Right, yes, let's just schedule like 20 siege units for you, and then some more infantry. And we're just gonna put those somewhere and not worry. Don't worry about the debt, we'll maybe solve that later. We reformed the tax law for a reason, we'll eventually get around into it. Ah, there it is. I was wondering when we would get that event again that has happened every election. It didn't happen the last election, but literally the only reason the SPD are not winning elections, despite this being wealth voting, is because they have no momentum. If they had zero momentum or better, I guarantee you they'd be winning these elections. They'd be getting the most votes. Which is kind of scary if you think about it, because again, we're under wealth voting. You need at least 25 standard of living, base standard of living to vote. So not like the modified version from healthcare. You need it to be 25 base before the modifiers, to my understanding. So yeah, that's kind of scary when you think about it. That means there's that many rich people. Then again, the petite bourgeoisie are here. It kind of makes sense, actually. Kind of. Oh, right. The clerks and bureaucrats in the financial districts can vote, can't they? Because they're getting ludicrous payments. That would explain why the petite bourgeoisie are getting the votes. And the trade unions just along for the ride, I suppose. Okay, yeah, that does explain it. That does explain it. The French are surrounded in France. Also the Americans, actually. I can't even make the French pay for this. As if it wasn't humiliating enough to be kicked out of France, now they're gonna pay for it. That's just unfortunate. Oh yeah, I forgot about the territories over here in the east. My bad. Oh, I don't know what I just changed in West Galician, but I changed something, and probably not for the better. How much of this is construction expenses? About 500,000? Alright. Oh, right, our bureaucracy keeps going negative because I'm not paying attention to it. Alright, let's solve our bureaucracy problem here. Yeah, I get the feeling switching all at once is just a death sentence if I do that. So let's just switch over a couple, see where that kind of puts us. Better than I expected. Go ahead and switch some more then. I thought it would spike it to like 50% right away, and it didn't. Alrighty. It is going to increase our government expenses, but we do tax some of that, and since we're now in positive bureaucracy, we did actually get money back. Some of it, at least. It's going to take them a bit to recover their standard of living, though, because it did just suddenly shift very hard on them. But the economy is going to love it. Don't worry. Or maybe do worry. Maybe worry just a little. Mecklenburg's getting synthetic plants. We'll never run out of dye at this rate. Canada's started a war against us, and the US is helping them. Okay, that's interesting. Is Quebec in this at all? No? So we can force Quebec to open up then. Might do that. I can't believe Canada would stab us in the back like this. Who would have expected it from Canada? Of all things. The US has debt from its last war and mobilization, so we could probably just build off of that. Alright, so at this point, we really do kind of need to bully the Americans. Wait, we can liberate the Confederate States? Oh, I know how we're bullying the Americans. I didn't plan to go in on the US, but you know what? I didn't realize we could liberate the entire CSA as well. And then, you know what? We are just going to go in and just kind of take a few states here. Maybe not DC. I'd love to just, like, trap DC, actually, just to bully them further here. I will, because I know there's another big-ish country. We can liberate New England, because that's going to be all these little states here. Just to rip out the coastline, so they don't have it. Let's see. Where else could we rip out? I don't see Ohio here. Nope, there it is. Okay, we're at 4 now. We're at 4 points. That's all we can do. Oh, the game doesn't like that. Probably shouldn't mobilize everyone, but we're just going to mobilize everyone. What's an expenditure? I'll never know. Yeah, we're gonna have to raise taxes at this rate if this keeps up. I'm sorry? No, I'm sorry. I have to invite him. I have to invite him. We're not gonna go full communist, but this is too funny. This is way too funny. I have to invite him. That is just too good. Oh my god, that's way too good. Oh, he's actually gonna bump them up to 10% support. We'll see if that pressures the industrialists at all. Oh my god, that is too good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. We can keep going. Oh God. Don't worry, pups. I'm fine. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need a drink. Hang on. Communist industrialist. Man's had enough about managing factories. He wants the workers to take over for him. Oh, because we annexed Poland, we get Rosa Luxemburg now. Oh no. Oh, I swear, this is fine. We're okay. Nothing bad is going to happen. Don't worry. Don't avert your eyes. Everything's fine. I really should have renamed the armies. I'm very bad about that. Oh well. Liberia's already in default. We just started this war. They've probably been in default since the war, before the war started. Yeah, our standard living average is stalling at around 20 now because we have all these people who are in a much less desirable circumstance. Mostly because a lot of them are peasants. But that's okay. Well, for now at least. We do expect them to pick up the slack later. Okay, is that DC taken? That's DC taken. So that's kind of the US already out of this. But we are just going to push from here. We do need to knock out the Canadians as well, of course. Oh, right. We really should get the army over here while we have the opening. Get like the main sectors of the army over here. And then leave a few behind in case there's a naval invasion. Just in case. I think the Dutch East Indies is annexing everyone over here. Yeah, they're a bit big. Oh, the US defaulted much faster than I expected. Oh wow, they were near default. They were less than 10 million from default when this war started. Oh yes, they're gonna start having offense and defense penalties. And if they go bankrupt, that's just gonna accelerate. Because it starts off as at -5%, and this includes throughput, and that's throughput on literally everything. This is why default is a nightmare. And it can climb all the way to -50%, the equivalency of being in bankruptcy. As far as like offense and defense are. Actually, no, I think when you bankrupt, you go to -75, right? We can check that. Declare bankruptcy. Yeah, -75% offense and defense. Basically, the US is... Oh, the only way the US can recover right now is if they, you know, really cut back on spending. Or go bankrupt. In which case, this war is just over. This is just over now. There is no way for them to stop us. So, full steam ahead. We're just gonna conquer some of the Americas. I was gonna say all and then realize that that's not true. We should probably... Where's the capital? Ontario. Huh? Oh, wow! The Ottomans have naval invaded from the other side. That is very unexpected. Very unexpected. Let's kind of designate that. I actually don't care about whether the Canadians go independent or not. I mean, okay, no, I do care. They do have actually a pretty good economy, and I'm pretty sure... I'm sorry, how much of it is in Alberta? Or, sorry, Ontario? I was clicked on Alberta. I thought it clicked to it. 44% of it is tobacco. That's a lot of tobacco plantations. Oh my god, they are the tobacco kings of our country. Awesome. That's really cool. I love that. Love NCO training in 13 weeks. Could have used it now, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that. I love how we're running on a deficit that we really don't need to. We could just raise taxes, and I'm just refusing to. You know, we're just gonna live with it. British League, I don't care. Japan would agree. How is Russia doing? They've recovered over 1,000 again? That's cool. The British are doing fine. They're actually at almost 2K because of their navy. I think it's largely because of their navy, right? 648 for the navy, then 45% modifier. Yeah. Yep, that sounds about right. Okay, hang on. We're kind of getting a bit of a back and forth here because of split front lines. Not necessarily split, but there's a lot of little... Oh, we took it anyway. Okay, never mind. Sorry, Canada. Let's... Yeah, if I tab into that, I'm noticing a performance decrease. We'll just cycle over to here. Oh, the U.S. just gave up. So, the United States of Europe, is now in the Americas. Confederates start off as a minor power, and this pretty much just broke the U.S. Yeah. They lost pretty much the entire West Coast here. Do they have a port in Washington? They should, right? They don't, so for 30 weeks, they're gonna suffer. Yep, okay, so that's basically the Americans broken. The fact we could liberate the CSA made that a lot easier because it pretty much guaranteed we could rip so much of the coastline out that there was just going to be little that they could do about it once it happened. Now we have some very productive US, well, potentially productive US states over here. You know, we could migrate people here. We can make more vineyards here. Anyway. Probably should bully the Netherlands at some point, but they're our subjects, so I'm just kind of ignoring them. Alright, we'll upgrade the army again, even though it's probably not the wisest idea, financially speaking. But last I checked, the army wanted more funds, and who am I to say no to the army? It's not like we can. We'll have even more officers now. Very nice. Can we switch all of these over? What is our telephone cost at? Plus 11. Let's just see what that looks like, even though that's probably not a good idea. Plus 28. Gave us a lot of bureaucracy. Not too much, though. We could just keep this going. I mean, we don't need chemical warfare. Technically, that does reduce your recovery rate. But, oh god, the kill rate. I would like stormtroopers, though. Plus 5 kill rate, and then you just get the offense bonus. Flamethrowers kill rate, plus I think it adds more with this. No, morale damage is good. But real quick, let's just go grab antibiotics, just so we can boost up the standard of living a little more. Force people to be more happy in their new country. Oh, wow, actually. It's been going up. Yay. Okay, yep, that's good. I think we're doing fantastic here. We're at 1908 as well. We're about, what, an hour in? It's been about 8 years. Not as quickly as I'd like, but we're going to try to push it to at least 1920. I think we're doing fantastic, though, personally speaking. I'm sure this could go even faster. We could probably do it even better. I should probably be doing more war right now, for example. But I kind of just like to bask in our success for a little and let things tick along, so we're not just stuck in the same year for half an hour. Because then that's just not fun. You're just watching the same thing for half an hour in the same year. I'm kind of giving Sweden leeway here. As long as they're still in the Zollverein, I'm not going to attack them. But the moment they leave it, they're on the hit list the moment they leave. If they stay with the group, it's fine. If they leave the group, they die. Simple, really? Or simple, right? Oh god. This would pull a lot of people in that I don't... I mean, it's not like our subjects are that threatening at this point. To Sicily... Oh, actually, wait. Russia, Egypt, Netherlands, home counties. Maybe we should get rid of some of the smaller subjects, actually, just so they're not a threat anymore. Just kind of bouncing around here, checking them out. Egypt, you did fight us in a war earlier, that is true. Tripolitania. We may as well annex them, kind of wipe them off the map here. And I just push them to the side. The communist movement is at 15% now. I think that's where they're going to stay. Nope, it's going to 17. Alright, we'll see if anyone joins on their side. Oh, wait, a couple did. Spain did. Spain joined. Ooh. Oh, wow. They'd actually potentially capitulate. I almost clicked back down like a muppet. That would have been funny for someone. Who is this? Is this... I mean, look, hear me out. Liberia owning all of Spain would be really funny. But I don't want to have to deal with that that problem a second time that we did before, so let's just start conquering parts of Spain here. I'm not really checking the Spanish states. I'm just kind of taking anything that would have a border, so it doesn't look terrible on the map. Valencia, I think, is a good state, right? 17% iron, paper. Yeah, that's a good state. I mean, this is relative to Spain's total GDP, which is below 30 million, but still a good state. And I know Asturias here does have some military companies that you can utilize. We are maxed out with 6 out of 6 companies already, so we're probably not going to do that. We could technically change out companies if we really, really wanted to. But I'm biased in what we've chosen. Look, I'll tell you right now, Art Academy should not take it. I only took it for the meme, just for the fun of it, because it's funny to me. It's the only Art Academy company in the game. I kind of want to do it again in 1.8.6 to see how many Art Academies they actually control. But the 15 prestige bonus is a nice modifier here. It does inflate that prestige, which forces all the other powers here to try to reach it. So it is funny, at least. But is woefully inefficient as far as companies go. Like, it is not something we should take. We honestly should take almost practically any other company, honestly. There's still 61 potential companies. I don't even think I can find... there's the Romanian oil company. I might have mentioned it before. Yeah, Wallachia. I might be mispronouncing that a bit. Might be Wallachia? Wallachia might be the proper pronunciation. I'm trying to learn that if I think about it in a different way. Oh, that is good. I've done a test run here with this Persian company here. That's in all the way over here in... I believe it's Isfahan. I may be mispronouncing again. I'm going to do my best to learn if I am mispronouncing. 20% wage increase for all state religion pops. It works exactly how you think. It is exactly how you think. Let's go here. Bureaucrats. It works exactly how you think. On this, it will actually cause them to see an increase in their wages by a percentage modifier after the wage factor, I believe. It is hilarious. We're on total separation, so we don't get an effect from that, but you can get +10 from state religion. I think state atheism, too? No, state atheism doesn't give it. -10 acceptance, -25. Oh, interesting. Might have to give state atheism a new look in 1.8, because it might not harshly discriminate your whole population as much now. Because if we're only talking a -10 decrease in approval, that's not as bad. I've not suffered this before. Trade union. Oh, they're below 0. They got a nihilist. Single party state. Who would take over right now? That's a good question. What party would take over? I guess the Free Conservative Party, right? Is it because you're a nihilist? No. I mean, at least they targeted oh, they did target a state that has one of the electronic industries, though. The electric industry. Oh, this place sounds dangerous. Also, I do hope the volume for the game is fine. I did just realize I forgot to double-check that, because some people say it's fine, some people say it's a bit loud. I don't know how that is for people. I did drop the music by 10% since the last video, so maybe we are actually okay on that. You know what? Let's break up the strike. Because they oppose our laissez-faire ways. We can't have that. Tripolitania is now annexed. Russia's arming natives. I mean, if they want to play, they're welcome to try. Anti-strike action. Ooh. Is it gonna be -3 no matter what I do? In that case, we'll just grant special powers to the police to handle this. It's gonna worsen state construction efficiency, but that should be fine. You need to demoralized by strike breaking. Our policy promoting strike breaks is proving remarkably successful. Many striking workers are losing their fighting spirit and are abandoning their cause. I've never actually had this journal entry before. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I think these are all recently conquered ones, yeah. Once the Spanish capital falls, we'll be fine. Not that we're in a concerning spot at the beginning. God, this army's getting very expensive. I am gonna have to raise taxes after this war. It is getting a bit too expensive. Oh, that event kind of closed itself on me. That's fine. Portugal's embargoed us. No, don't. You don't want to join that, political lobby. You really don't want to join that political lobby. Trust me. It won't end well. Yeah, the communist movement seems to have... Oh, because it's certain... Oh my! 49%! I know the, 1.8.5 and 1.8.6 patch has done measures to alleviate this problem where the fascist movement is getting way too much support from the population. Like, an overtuned amount. But that is still nuts to see. Why are people supporting it? 50 plus 50 claims, that must be a bug. Or maybe we have claims I'm not aware of. Oh, wait, we do have some claims over here in the Baltic governorates. We do have those. Alrighty, I don't think we're gonna get all of Europe before this ends. But we have so much of Europe now that I'd argue that we've gotten a good, like, vast majority. Well, not a vast majority of it, but we've definitely gotten a lot of it. Ooh. I didn't know the character appears from this now. Ooh. Oh, do we have the Belle Epoque rolling? Yeah, this is a Belle Epoque event. Ah. Good, it's finally here. So who is this, I thought... I guess it's this guy that appeared, maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, it's fine. I don't think they're pressuring anyone except the trade union. Yeah. That's fair enough. Is this without our military mobilized? How much of this is construction? 200k? Man, we're just rolling a lot. Oh, our welfare payments have been growing because our population is growing because we've, yeah, annexed a lot of territories. That makes sense. We'll raise taxes then and, get a lot more construction going here. We might have to temporarily pause our conquests for a year or two to actually stabilize everything. I'm sorry, not conquests. Unification of Europe. Wait, we can build a skyscraper in New York? But we... Oh! I didn't know this. If they've found a place to build a skyscraper but haven't built it, we can go ahead and build it. So now we're gonna have 2 skyscrapers. Take that, America. We stole your skyscraper. Oh, that's funny. I love that. I love that we could just yoink their skyscraper and it's like, yeah, this is ours now. How many cotton plantations can we build down here? Catalonia and Valencia. Valencia can run silk plantations, though. Well, let's go ahead and build. We do need more cotton plantations, and we do need to kind of get some people employed here. What about tobacco plantations? Down there, I know we have a lot up here. Technically, wine can be used in that way, but only the pop's obsessed with it will actually use it, and not a lot of people are obsessed, to my knowledge. Are any of our primary cultures obsessed with something? I don't think so. I don't think we've rolled that by any chance. Aside from the North Italians and the French who start with a wine obsession, that is relatively normal. Nothing unusual there. In that case, we could just get some tobacco plantations going in the US. Those would be quick constructions that we can afford as the government here after the construction sectors go online. Just kind of mass recruit people. Maybe get more livestock ranches because meat prices are a bit high. Oh! You know what? People have probably been groaning about it the whole game. I, in my infinite wisdom, completely forgot to switch the livestock ranches over to mechanized slaughterhouses. Yep, that's a thing I gotta live with now. Oh boy, okay. Well, anyway, let's move on. Let's ignore that and just move on. Yeah, that probably fixes the issue, I bet, with the meat prices. Where are our main livestock ranches? Down here. I've not played this in a good 10 days. Yep, that flipped it hard. From around plus 15, plus 20 to minus 15. Then it goes to minus 6 because people are buying it. But something else to note is that helps the food industries because suddenly one of their top 3 imports is cheaper. Sugar. Would love to build up Bombay. How is Bombay turmoil-wise? 8%. 8% is not bad. In a violent clash, police used their newly granted powers to fire upon striking workers in an attempt to disperse them. Many workers were killed and several officers were wounded, but the crowd was ultimately broken up. Oh my god. I think this is fine. I think the choice we've made is okay. Actually, not sure. I don't know anymore. I see Britain is slowly reunifying India by force. I hope they have fun with that. They should enjoy the turmoil that comes with it. When can we bully the Confederacy? 1912. Alright. Alright, pro-unification strikes in Tuscany. Yep, France technically still exists in the game somewhere, I believe. Like, in little island states and all that. But, yeah. Wait! wait! France is a subject of Tuscany. Really now? So if I make them my subject, France becomes our subject by proxy. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Oh, I love this game and the silly things that happen in it. What is this? Experimental steam tricycle designed using the Serpolet instant steam generator. Despite a lack of public release, the device has become a symbol of innovation in the United States of Europe. Oh, right. I'm sorry. We're under the Belle Epoque, aren't we? And we own, like, French territories and all that, so we're probably getting unique events. I was a little confused by that. I was like, what is this? And then I remembered it's probably unique events. Because we own France. Speaking of which, Eiffel Tower. Oh, nice. And of course, we do own the Statue of Liberty as well. So our prestige is over 14,000. We could inflate this harder with an even larger navy, but we arguably don't need it right now. Right, we do need to resolve this, or a general strike's going to trigger. Although I think that's resolving itself over time as the radicalism dies down, because the issue is just radicalism. And if we were to increase everyone's standard of living by 1 point despite the raised taxes, that would help solve it. What would also solve it is employing the masses, which I see our peasant numbers have gone below 9 million, but unemployment is inching towards 3 million, so we're going to help the pneumatic tools finish just to get construction bolstered here. Yeah, sure, go ahead. But also, this is kind of where the anger is. This is probably where our new development should be focused, at least in the areas that lack employed pops. That are peasant numbers. Here we are. You know what? You can have a wine state, France. The French can have their wine state. No, don't say I didn't give them anything. They can have some wine. They can have some. Ooh, gold. State-owned gold. Cool. Then over here should be fine. This will actually help lower our rising prices when it comes to intoxicants, because they have been rising. Not a flood! A no-end-in-sight flood! Clothes, services, groceries. Clothes have been a problematic pricing point this whole game, I've noticed. We might want to resolve that. Friends abroad. Oh, sure. It helps the industrialists, so, you know. Go nuts. There's a lot of unemployed in Warsaw. Oh, this is Warsaw. I'm sorry, the name threw me off. I didn't realize that got the renaming effect. I didn't think it would. So we'll get a bunch of textiles going here, but we could get a bunch of rye farms going too, actually. How is grain doing? It's doing okay. Oh, there's so much development we could do over here, actually. So many people we can employ in these areas. So let's just kind of get it all going here. Sure, give the SPD a small bonus. I want to see what they do. Minus 77! Why is it so bad? Why are they so bad at campaigning? Anyway. Putting the terrible campaign aside, they should be okay. Oh. We're now led by a market liberal. Oh, another French event. Paris roll and display. The horseless carriage contest. Oh, because automobiles. I'll take your free prestige. I was wondering why this hadn't finished. Apparently... Oh, because of the military. No, the petite bourgeoisie. Huh. Didn't consider that, but that's fine. Russia wants us to return Bessarabia. I didn't know we could go to war against them again, but they've allowed me to know that we actually can go to war again. So let's, I want to take an important state. 5% is good. 7, oh, Kuban is 7. Oh, tobacco. Oh, my. I don't want to seize Ingria from them, because leaving it where it is just keeps the Russians vulnerable, which is good. But we do want to target things that help their power, which is really just their nation in general. Okay, fair enough. In that case, they have no oil. We need oil. All right, we're gonna push for Baku. We are just gonna push for Baku. I'd like to take the areas of Georgia, obviously Baku. This, and then just because I want it to look nice down here and not have it look terrible, we are going to take the other states. No, it's not because those states are valuable per se. I just don't want it to look like an absolute mess on the map later in 5 minutes. Or however long it takes for us to beat Russia down. I'm getting my countries confused here. I'm sorry, we're doing a lot of war here. It gets confusing after a while. You start to forget who you fought and who you haven't yet. I don't even think I need to mobilize the whole army for this. I'm pretty sure our army is so much better that I can mobilize just 2 battalions worth here. Oh, so this is the event that makes one of your, if you decide to take it, one of your cultures becomes obsessed with fine art, and it looks like it is the South Germans. And they make up 13.1% of the total population. They are now obsessed with fine art, which is perhaps fitting. That is a lot of, wow, 138. Oh, because it's all that's motor industries. Ooh, okay. Anyway, distractions aside, because I keep distracting myself here, this should really help out the Art Academy. Because this should start going up now. Or it will go down by 5, that doesn't make sense. Wait, you got obsessed with fine art, where did it go down? Why did the price drop? Oh, nope, there we go, it's going back up. Oh well. Alright, yep, I see that the turmoil is kind of resolving itself as time goes on. I think if enough time is given with us at high legitimacy, we'll be okay. The Berlin Metro. More prestige for us. Wait, is anyone else in this war that I should be worried about? Qing is in this war. Okay, that means I should probably mobilize a 3rd battalion then. I'm just calling the battalions out of instinct. That's not exactly the size of a battalion. Really probably better to just call them army groups. But yeah, so we should expect lots of Qing forces here. Although Qing is... Oh, crap, we're going to lose 9k tools. I mean, Qing's going to suffer more than I am, but, you know. Oh, I forgot we were trading with Spain this whole time. We're even selling them fish. Oh, that must have... How much are they relying on fish right now? I'm curious. Oh, right, because we were messing with their food security. Oh, that must have sucked. 55% of their diet is fish. That's a lot of fish, actually. Now we have squad infantry, though. Like, yeah, you might get numbers on us. We easily have the offense advantage, so good luck. It's all conquer war goals. I'm glad they didn't back down. place to take ladies, but never one's wife. Oh, fashionable dens, exclusive restaurants. Right, okay. Yeah, you can see our population has just kind of been spiking because of all the people we've annexed in. Our unemployment has actually fallen a little. It was around 2.7 last we checked. The welfare payments are kind of what's chewing into us here because of our standard of living. But if we don't go to war and if we don't construct, that's also fine, but we do need to actually construct here. We might suffer a general strike at this rate, but I see that this is now at 88 of 123, 89 of 123. So that's good, that's good. The radicalism is dying down. Healthcare just hit level 5, so everyone's standard of living is going to go up. That's going to drop radicalism further. Suppress the article. The bold rooster, the enduring symbol of the French Republic. You know what? Sure, because that's funny to me since we own France. Are we making progress here? 44% we are. Excellent. Pretty sure more of our casualties are going to be from attrition than battle at this rate. Nope, we have suffered more battle than attrition, but wow, it's low. We've taken like 8k casualties. They're taking collective 94. Wait, so most of these casualties is just the Ottoman Empire. Okay, sure. Sounds reasonable to me. Why don't you want to be my subject? I'm only trying to annex the world. Oh, right. That might be why the Ottomans are losing. I forgot there's a second front in this war. Nope, it's not going to cost us. Although I do see we got kicked out there, probably because we were bordering the Baltic governor, weren't we? Yeah, because they're in this war, aren't they? Yeah, they are. So they probably just came in through the side entrance, so to speak. Just put you on defense, and that should probably be enough. Yep, suddenly 105 defense. Suddenly 105 defense. Oh, wow. 490 dead to 5.28k dead. Oh, well, I know who lost that battle, that's for sure. Right, I see Finland's having a revolt. We could support it just for the fun of it, but I'm gonna be more focused down here. What are the numbers? They literally have a 2-to-1 advantage in terms of numbers, and they're still losing. 133 defense! Oh my god, that's so much defense. Oh, the casualty ratios are over 10-to-1. Oh my god, it's a massacre. There isn't gonna be an army at this rate if that continues. For the Russians, and maybe the Chinese here. Alright, let's try that again, but maybe pull over another army. Just to have it ready. Jump in. I can't believe we're getting mass migrations too on top of it all. Considering everywhere we annexed, but that's fine. That did jump us to 93, that's good. I think it's a lot of the new states that we've taken, which might shift a bit. It doesn't have to be all the radicals, though. The fraction just has to be less than 15%. Well, we'll see if that happens. We might actually get whacked by the strike. That'll be interesting, because I've never been whacked by the strike before, so I might not know how to handle it. Let's recruit some more generals just to get this sped up a bit here. Ooh, humanitarian. Oh. So units are good enough. They should be able to just conduct the combat without much worry. Ooh, iron is getting expensive again. That's a good thing in my opinion. And it went from... Still has unemployed. You know what? I was told we need more iron. I also completely forgot to check the infrastructure in these areas. Yeah, that's my bad. Need more iron, so we'll just build a bunch of iron. Oh, they're already incorporated. Excellent. Sorry, you're supporting what now? Oh, another corporatist. Okay, corporatist movement. I see the communist movement has gone below 10. The fascist movement, on the other hand, is definitely here to stay. Yeah, that's what happened, is they started coming in from a different angle, I'm sure. And sent in a lot of troops, not that I think the troops matter. The 108 defense, they're not even being led by a general. It's just the soldiers. The soldiers are just that good. Oh. Oh, we have way too many buffs. Way too many. No, no pipelines. Stop with the pipelines. 32, 87, so we're gonna have to just make them surrender outright. Alright, that's fine by me. We can do that. We'll definitely hit 2 billion GDP at this rate. We've been climbing at a good rate, despite all the warring. It's been rather steady, so I think we'll be fine. And we just got that technology just to make the loans a little cheaper, just to add things out a bit there. The minting doesn't increase too much, because minting does have a bit of a cap on it. But dropping the potential loan down by at least a couple thousand does help. Let's actually grab paved roads so the automobiles make more infrastructure. That way we don't have to build as many trains, railroads, and the like. We are funding all of our railroads, right? We're not missing any. Okay, good. I just had a sinking feeling that we were somehow not funding them all, and I got really concerned for a moment that that might actually be the case, and I really was hoping it wasn't the case. I don't know what isn't producing in these still, but that's fine. Well, I don't want to switch all those over. That would be a nightmare. We have a lot of financial districts, almost 11,000. Oh, now we have over 11,000. There we go. And it actually is just barely connected to itself. And it connects through the Ottoman Empire to us, so it doesn't need a port. But we should... Oh, we can build the Victoria Terminus. Is that just the railway building throughput here or everywhere? I'm curious. I have to build it. I'm very curious. I've never... It is like a new, unique building as of 1.8. That's how new it is, so I have no idea how it is. Minus 76% construction efficiency. Oh, how awful. Standard of living should improve here, though, so I think we'll be fine. Because their standard of living is probably really bad here, isn't it? Yeah, like struggling, impoverished. I mean, there's unemployed people here, so they're not going to get much better, but you know, a lot of other people will. Yeah, there you go. You're only impoverished now. Which isn't really any better, but, you know, it de-radicalizes some of them, at least. We're at 1.7 million, sorry, billion GDP. A million would be very bad. We might pause our warring for a year or two here, try to resolve this strike before it hits. Just give ourselves time, because if we take more territories, those people there will radicalize, and that's going to include the laborers and all that. And, we might not be able to do it because they've been radicalizing everyone in North Italy still for unification. That could be a problem then, because it's every state. Yeah, alright, well, we'll deal with it if we have to. I cannot read that, but I can tell it's French. It's French and it's in Berlin. 20th century will be shown on film. So why not? Are they still striking here? Nope, but they're suffering anti-strike measures permanently. Well, permanently so far. Whether it stays permanently is a different matter. We'd love to make more radios, because we apparently need a lot of them. How much electricity is the current one using up here? It's 63. 4.7K. Ugh. That's a lot. That's okay. So build this up, and we'll subsidize it, so we can upgrade that in a bit. 19 weeks. Trade union is at least no longer causing work to rule. I'm surprised that this national movement hasn't seceded yet. actually calmed down slightly. They're actually dropping, which is a bit of a shocker. I guess the standard of living is improving down there. The Symbolist Manifesto. Sure, go ahead. I'm curious as to where this will lead, if anywhere. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with a general strike. I've never dealt with that before, so this will be interesting. That is gonna be very interesting. Alright. Eiffel Tower, Statue of Liberty, Vatican City, Victoria Terminus, Suez Canal. We're just collecting all the unique buildings. Up it. Oh, we can annex you, can't we? Yes, we can. We might save that for later, though, because that's going to just spike radicalism. Oh, our industrialists are almost no longer powerful. Has wealth really shifted that much? Oh, the bureaucrats have the most power. What the heck? I see. One of our objectives is to maintain powerful industrialists. I am not seeing any... We might need to change the law. It might be time to enact an oligarchy. Sorry, oligarchy. Oligarchy. Not oilgarchy. I thought I fixed that. I'm still fixing that terminology in my brain. Because I kept saying oligarchy for so many years, and then I realized, no, it's oligarchy. Because it was pointed out to me by a viewer. This is what happens when you're not cured for a while. Let's see, the trade union doesn't like it, that's no surprise. This does not get rid of women's suffrage, to my knowledge, which is funny, because it probably arguably should. Wow, you actually would lose half of yours. Looking at this, they're actually, no, the conservatives are actually the industrialists are actually benefiting from the wealth voting system, so maybe we don't get rid of it. Maybe we realize that as the people get richer, it becomes harder and harder for the industrialists to maintain a powerful standard of living. Or a powerful situation for themselves. Here, we'll do this. This can't go wrong, right? It's all those bureaucrats, isn't it? Yeah, it's all those bureaucrats and clerks. There's not much we can do about that, then. Oh, I don't want to face a general strike. I hear those are awful. Oh, houseware plastic. Dutch mass migration? It's nothing that spectacular, but, it's there. How much oil would that eat up? More than we have. Allegedly. We'll start doing whatever we can to build up Baku. And it's going to need a lot of railway, that's for sure. And people, so we actually do want to encourage migration to it. There we go. Next week it should start going up instead of down. Won't go up too much, there's a lack of infrastructure in the area, but we will fix that. They've almost dropped to major power. The Russians, that is. Are they importing anything from us? I am a little curious if they are. They might be. In large volumes. No, it looks like Qing is their real, trade partner now, which makes sense. Yeah, why not? Because this would pull Russia and Romania in, who I want to bully, and then Sweden on the side. Because it looks like we're going to have that general strike no matter what at this point, so we may as well just head on in here. Oh, we have another war going on that I wasn't even paying attention to. Russia sides with Ukraine against Europe. That's great. Oh, Romania is actually fighting on our side in the end. Huh. Neat. So we just bullied Russia for a bunch of territory. Now we have an opportunity to bully them again. Oh, I don't want to snake because that would look bad, but at the same time, there's a lot of really good states we could hyper build over here. Actually, doesn't this have tea? It does. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. I do not know. Is there any liberations we can do that would really hurt them? Like a huge one or something. Kazakhstan. Oh, that would do it. It would cut them off. And then we do actually need to push into Russia proper to establish more interests elsewhere. Alright. Let's do that, and then we will seize the areas down here. That way we can make it look at least a little nice. At least try to map paint in a way that isn't horrifying. I think I need, what is the state called? The North Caucasus. That should be all 4 of you. Oh no, there's another one. I almost missed it. Where are you in this list? Where are you? There you are. There we go. Grodno we could seize too if we have any points. So we have 17 points left. What would that let us grab? Because I know a lot of them are going to be pretty high on the cost point here. Ooh, Sakhalin's all the way over there. Amur. Oh. Fair enough. There's not anything else we could take. What about... There are technically subjects, but they're very tiny subjects. Kind of hoping Romania would actually oppose us here and we could, you know, yoink the one state off of them, but I guess not. $2.833%. You know what? Yeah. Well, we'll get them out of our economy as well while we're at it. That way, our capitalists can own the building instead. I forgot we used to invest into each other long ago. You know, until they broke off relations. They hurt us that way, you know. Really hurt us. General strike, which now means all incorporated states get minus 50%. Ugh. So how do you end this? Is it just... It just stays as a general strike, and it just nukes the economy? 50%, yikes. Okay. Okay, so that's gonna hurt a lot then. We're gonna kind of go into, not a disaster, but this is gonna hurt. Yeah, we no longer have enough radios. That should be fine, though. There we go, we have enough radios again. We're definitely going to see the economy fluctuate here, and I almost guarantee... Oh, it's only the manufacturing sector, so... Anything that would have to do with agriculture and, like, mining, for example, will be fine. So we might be able to work this out, but it has spiked specifically their radicalism. Do not have workplaces on strike. Do not. Is there anything we can do in the journal entries? Is there a decision I can take? There's the Treaty of Turin, apparently. Not really, actually. So they need to not have work. I guess we're just gonna get events that will allow us to end the strikes in various places. Because otherwise, I'm not sure how you satisfy do not have places on strike there. Oh, it's timed. Okay, so we just have to write it out now. Fair enough. It did hurt the economy, but it didn't hurt it as much as I thought it would. We were at 1.8 billion, though. Now we're kind of not. I do see we're getting pushed elsewhere because I wasn't paying attention, but that's fine. We'll live. You know, as long as we can get to their, as long as we can get to their capital here. Sorry, I'm having to think.
Oh.
Oh, wow. The SPD lost the rule, folk. And their momentum is pretty much shattered again. The Art Academy's kind of collapsed, though. That's not very surprising. Probably shouldn't be surprising at all, actually. But at least we're paying off our debts while at war. Uh-oh. Why is the Free Conservative Party the one getting whacked here? Oh boy, that's gonna cost them quite a bit. But yeah, so if the general strike happens, all you can really do is wait it out. Although, I guess you can get the occasional strike break here and there. Yeah, so it's just going to be 2 more years of the manufacturing sector not operating at peak efficiency. Our unemployment has risen to 4 million, but the peasant numbers have dropped by, I think it was around 8 million to 6.2. So it's fine. Ah, the industrialists are about to fall. Wow, man. It's actually really hard to keep the industrialists powerful when you enrich the country. There could be a fire in Brandenburg. So how did it go? Did it go well? Yeah, it went well. I forgot we had a 3rd navy. This is not efficient, but I need to play politics here and bolster the industrialists somehow. They're not doing so well when it comes to maintaining power. We're just hiring people at this point and hoping their interests align with ours, even though they probably don't. One of our objectives is to keep a powerful industrialist class, but at this rate that might not happen. Yeah, geez, this is... I mean, the ongoing strike is obviously not helping their profits. But I mean, look at the lavish bureaucrats and wealthy clerks. That's nuts. Although I guess we are taxing with dividend taxes, that's true. If we went back to per capita, we could alleviate a lot of things, but then we wouldn't have the money to keep running stuff, so... That's kind of a reason why we switched over. We needed those dividend taxes to flow in. We could, actually, I just realized, we could end the automobile tax. That would help them. Because they're definitely suffering higher taxes from consumption than others. Some of them, at least. Forest of Symbols. I really don't care. One way or the other. Yeah, I kind of care about the nationalization, actually. Because I want my capitalists to own it, not theirs. Alright. Just waiting for them to give in here. We've only lost 20,000 people. They've lost 222,000. That is just so one-sided. There we go, that looks a little bit better on the map. Just a little. Now the war over, we'll end the other consumption tax there. So that'll at least help knock this down here to where they're the lowest on taxes in general. Technically, some of the very wealthy bureaucrats will count too, but yeah, there you go. Taxes are down. I don't think it's enough to help them. They've dropped recently, and that's obviously because of the ongoing strike. So it's very unsurprising that it's dropped, like, as it has. Oh, wow, clothing is extreme. Oh, right, strike, forgot. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. I keep forgetting that, you know, the economy is suffering right now. Wow, that's a lot of motor industries. I hope we don't regret this later. Probably will. Probably will. At least we have Baku oil now. Whatever else we can find down here while we're at it. -1, -16. I'm looking at various prices and just clicking through as I do. Fabric's cheap at least. Oh, right, strike. Can't use as much. Oh, California's independent now. Huh. Didn't even know that was happening. But that's funny. Well, we can make them our protectorates. It means they'd potentially fight us later, but it would unify the economies. Plus, it's more places for us to invest in. That's something to consider. It wouldn't cause more radicals for us, at least. Quebec. Oh yeah, those aren't still unified. Do we actually have, like, the opportunity to unify them? No, because one of them doesn't like us. Both of them don't like us. Neither of them like us. Let's put it that way. Could try to annex more of Africa. I've just been kind of neglecting it at this point. Armenia, Harar, Borneo. Yeah, let's just go for it. Oh, cool. Egypt just gave in. I just wanted to do that to map paint a little. And now we'll do the same with Romania. Oh, they actually did. They actually agreed. I was expecting a war. I was so ready for the war screen to pop up, and it didn't. Now I feel cheated. Oh. Oh, I didn't notice this. I guess at some point the Dutch had a war that we didn't get involved in, and they, you know, broke free. I didn't notice that at all, that had happened, so, I guess it's time to go bully the Dutch. And pull in both the British and the Russians. I didn't realize they had left us, so we're just gonna kind of walk in and, just seize the main homelands here and kick them out. There we go. Yeah, they're both guaranteed to join. Actually, apparently we can sway Russia. Well, if Russia wasn't hostile to us. I know I said we wouldn't do more conquests, but then I've realized this strike is just here now. And it just has to burn out, so, you know. We'll let it burn out. It's gonna burn out in 10 months. We've actually been letting time tick along a lot faster than I thought. But yeah, if the Netherlands have abandoned us along with their Dutch East Indies provinces, then we're just gonna have to punish them for it. Ah, Russia's joined again. Good thing we weakened Russia a lot then, because if they were joining us now with all their territories, this would be a bit harder. I would like to actually knock... See, we either knock the Russians down further or we knock the British down. I feel like knocking the Russians down is easier, though. Just because we already have that land border with them, and under our current... Wow, wait, how many of them are Wait, are they suffering a starvation issue? Because we took all the bread baskets from them? I know they're importing grain, but it can't be that bad. They are entering periods of mild starvation. I guess it could be that bad. Yeah, geez, alright. Fair enough. I know they've got plenty of oil around these areas, too, and we could really build them up if we seize them, but I would like to kind of seize this area to make it, you know, push the borders eastward and all that. Let's do... Oh, we could take the Dutch East Indies as well. Should we do that? What is the economy like before it left? Pretty big? Pretty developed, I'm guessing? Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We will yoink the Dutch East Indies as well, just because it's decent. For Bolivia, I'm less concerned about. How much do we have left for points? 24. Sure. I guess just tack on a humiliation for Russia to knock them out of great power status while we're at it. Confederate States of America sides with the Netherlands. I see. Have they joined for anything specifically? Just Egyptian war reps. So, nothing of concern. Where's our third navy? I know we have 3 of them. Here it is. Just to help cover some of the coastline here. From the British. There we go. Alright, we're kind of done with the society tree at this point. We may as well invent things like flamethrowers and stormtroopers now. Could invent tanks if we get there. Kind of running out of things to research, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Alright, the economy will recover in 8 months. Eventually. It's actually the first time I've done this whole pariah status thing and just gone super high with it. Kind of fun. Do it more often. See where I get to. Yeah, they're not winning this. I love the enthusiasm they had for defending their fellow Europeans. They're not winning this. They are not winning this. The casualties of the two sides are already astronomical in their difference. We've already spent 9 million on this war, though, so, you know, expensive. That's for sure. Gotta switch them back over there. Unfortunately, our industrialists have fallen below major, powerful status. So I do think we are going to fail our objective to have and maintain powerful industrialists. But the army is powerful, so we have that going for us at least. There's just so many wealthy pops now that the capitalists are actually struggling to maintain clout. They're actually not that high on clout. The laborers are actually higher. A lot of automation might help, but we're just rapidly expanding so much now that I can't even think about automation. Oh, the trade union's giving us some manufacturing output, so that'll partially offset the negatives we're suffering. It's also why we can't stamp out monarchism. Oh, you'll never be a leader. There's an anarchist one as well? Oh god, I feel like I'm collecting Pokemon here. I've got to collect all the wacky industrialists. I don't want. We're not wanting a socialist movement, but I just have to. Actually, I'm curious. What is like their goals relative to a communist one? I mean, their goals are kind of roughly the same. Although I see the socialist one is more of a regulatory body, whereas the communist one is like full anti-religion and all that. So there are some differences here. And then they want worker protections the most. So they do have some differences, but they do have notable similarities as well. I do see the socialists don't want to collectivize agriculture, but the communists do. And it's fun to note differences like that and see why. And then they can cause a lot of different ideologies, though. What are the differences between these, though? I just want to kind of click back and forth here, because I see there's some differences. So, sparsely urbanized agricultural employment for the communists. The socialists don't have that, and they are missing the peasant profession. Okay, interesting. Interesting. And then you have things like the labor movement and stuff. We don't have that here. We have a very active fascist movement, though, that is starting to lose ground, because the interest in it is starting to decline. I think we already have the accumulate war goal here too, yeah. The Netherlands will just give up, and yep, there you go. It'll take time for that area to calm down, but it's not affected by the strikes at least, so it's already doing better. Strikes will end in approximately 11 weeks, 10 weeks. 1916 will be the year of the revival of the economy, perhaps. If you don't count the parts of the economy that we just stole. The Pan-European East Indies. I love it. It's a terrible name. That's why I love it. I don't know if there's anything else we want in this. We could get construction, obviously, but we're kind of just at that point where we're just kind of cycling everything up. Police coordination actually would help. Yeah, we'd get 25% political activism reduction. That would actually can the national movements. Oh. Russia wants to accept the humiliation, the others don't. Not that they really have a way to stop this. I'm kind of ignoring whatever's going on in Arabia. I haven't really been paying attention. If we've lost anything down there, I'm not even going to be aware of it. But I hope to God everything's fine. Yep, that should knock Russia down to major power at least. For the fun of it. a nice coastline. It makes me want to eat up the rest of Spain, though, and Italy, just to make it look even better. But this is already good. This is a very good chunk of Europe unified under our banner. Say Spain, do we have a treaty still? We don't. Spain! How would you like... I can make you a protectorate, actually. Not that we have time for that. We don't really have time for that. Russia might join, actually, so that'll be funny. Just gonna take everything that we can. And we're at 5, okay. And our army's still unified, or not unified, but mobilized, so this will be great. Ireland's embargoed us. They finally decided to join the embargo train. Okay, the economy is recovering now, which means standard of living will start to fluctuate here because suddenly prices have just flown up and down. Yeah, clothing prices just collapsed, which is great. That's something we want to see. I imagine it was affecting the urban centers too, wasn't it? I don't actually know. But I wouldn't put it past it to do that. Yep, capitalists are starting to go back up in their standard of living as dividends rise, which also means dividend income is going to start rising. Yep, it is. Very nice, very nice. Don't think that means the industrialists will become powerful again, but it might stop their decline that's been happening. The armed forces are actually the strongest. Huh. Neat. Our standard of living is going up as well, which is good. We have hit our 2 billion GDP goal as well. Because last time, I think our previous goal was 1 billion. Oh! Shoot. I forgot Spain could back down. I forgot Spain could back down. I forgot to assign everything. Ah. You know what? That's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not some kind of game-ending mistake that I've made. We're just gonna live with it. We're just gonna let that happen. Spain gets to exist for a while longer. Can we just peace out? Thanks. Thank you. So, strike's still technically in effect, but it's also not in effect. It's just people who are still upset with us that haven't really gotten over the whole thing. Russia is a major power now. Awesome. I think... has Sweden left us yet? Not yet. They are a major power, though. Impressive. Second highest standard of living, actually. Top 10 GDP. Man, it would be such a shame if they tried to, you know, oppose us in a few seconds here and tragically fell. North Italian mass migration. They're trying to flee the war before it happens. I'd love to lower taxes again. The welfare payments kind of make that hard, though. Oh, whoa, wait, what happened? Why is our money higher? What? What's happening? Why do I have money? Not the welfare payments, not the goods for government buildings. Oh, because the military is no longer mass mobilized. Right. Let's change that then. What does that mean? We could lower taxes a bit. We technically could risk it if we wanted to. If we wanted to. That doesn't mean we have to or need to. And you are going to see situations like this where buildings just can't hire people. There's a lack of workers and all that. When the unemployment gets a little low... Actually, wow, less than 3 million unemployment. Maybe we'll just do it now. Most of that unemployment is in Bombay. We might actually incorporate Bombay at this rate. Wow. Hello. I was fully expecting this to revolt against us at some point. I am pleasantly surprised that it hasn't. It still struggles with a lot of things, I'm sure. Oh, that's why there's no peasants anymore. I see. That is a lot of coffee. Where there's oil, there's blood. Sure. Sure, we're just gonna not read that. We're just gonna move on. We're just gonna pretend everything's A-okay, because it's totally okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll go ahead and build up Bombay a bit here, actually. Oh, is no one gonna join to help defend them? I thought someone would. If that's the case, I'll just go bully Tuscany as well on top of it. We'll just kind of mow down the Italian peninsula so the Italians can stop encouraging everyone to revolt against us. Because if they're not going to join, I'm just going to steamroll. And then I would love for them to transfer whatever's left of the French Republic to us. Not that I'm really aware. What is left of France, actually? That's a good question. Oh, I misclicked on that one. No, that's actually a really good question. What is left of France? Apparently they're in some colonies. They've got 7.87 million people. Oh, right, Guyana. That's not where most of their population is, though, so... I guess parts of Africa are somewhere that they're still controlling. Or just somewhere I'm not seeing that they own. Oh! Oh, yeah, that would explain... Okay, so they've just been banished to Asia, then. Cool. Very cool. Falling in line, is it the... No, not the Friendship Committee. Not the Friendship Committee. Anything but the Friendship Committee with the Russians. We don't have Friendship Committees with the Russians here. And 3 years will be incorporated. And that should help employ at least a couple 100,000. Oh, they're actually building private investment pools building more here now because it makes luxury furniture. I could switch them all over, but I did a partial switch instead. We really should use oil to make glass, but I'm just a little worried about upsetting too much balance at once. Oh, nope. Keep them all on that. Switch that one by mistake. 25,000 glass. Do we even need that much? Not really? It's more of a pop consumption thing. Oil's still expensive. Maybe we'll actually avoid doing that for once. Usually I do invest into that, but construction is just off the charts at this point, that who knows what they're investing into. Steel, apparently. Apparently we just don't have enough steel. But I feel like that's just an excuse to build more iron mines later. Which I'm probably not entirely wrong, if you think about it. And I think we will go ahead. We will add mechanized looms now and just the water tube boiler and everything. We'll start not industrializing, but kind of mechanizing everything here. Automating everything, however you want to say it. Ooh, 13,000. That's what that should do. It did increase our unemployment by about 5 million, but there were, if you remember, there were places struggling to hire workers. Although, we're suffering that little bug thing there where the construction suddenly stops, I think. That's gonna help the tool workshops, though. Suddenly they have a reason to exist again, so that means they'll just build more of them. But what should happen is a lot of those unemployed should find jobs somewhat fast. Yeah, we've already fallen down to 7.1 million. Some of them are just becoming peasants again, which is also fine. It means we have the people to work the fields. And that is something we can utilize. They may also end up emigrating to areas that are struggling to get workers. And areas like this can just build up on coal mines now. So that's all good. It also means, if it all works out, we'll technically have less laborers, which will shift the political balance a bit. I guess there's another part of Tuscany somewhere, or no, the annex that they backed down. That's why they're not backing down. At least not right away. There we go. If we're going to invade two Sicilies, I actually want to take Sicily itself first and foremost. Oh, it's actually almost guaranteed to join. Hang on. Really? Almost guaranteed to join. I wonder if I could utilize that to just bully Russia more. No, no, let's just focus on wiping out 2 Sicilies here. We'd love to just do the protectorate thing and be done with it. Let me primary these as well so we don't miss out, because I don't think I can get all of their territories. Yeah, Calabria is going to be independent still, but that'll be the rest of it. That'll effectively knock out 2 Sicilies from trying to unify Italy. It'll be enough. Oh, we actually have a surplus in the budget reserves. Oh, nice. We're going to see more fluctuation on standard of living and purchases, though, because now suddenly we have more peasants and unemployed, but again, that'll be fine. We'll just build more buildings. Because now we have the workers to do it. They'll probably invest in the areas that have all the unemployed people. Because now there's suddenly a bunch of people who can work there. Who weren't there 5 minutes ago. You know what? Oh, yes, we did get all those, didn't we? Let's just, as an excuse... I know that's missing some infrastructure. We'll fix that in a minute. Just to get more construction going, because why not? We'll just cycle it up in a loop of insanity. We'll also now have access to flamethrowers. And the German Social Party has been born into existence. Oh, the Social Party. Right, the quote-unquote Social Party. I'm just gonna look the other way really quick. Oh, good. We're continuing the tradition of bullying the SPD. Again, I don't know why they're being bullied so much in this game, but they just are. Well, the German Social Party is actually going to win the election. Under wealth voting. Interesting. Oh, no one joined to defend 2 Sicily. Well, actually, Mexico did join. I'm sorry, Mexico. I should note Mexico did join. So 2 Sicilies will technically still exist in a single state that's going to kind of split our connection with Sicily. But that's fine. The rich get richer. Well, I mean, that was kind of the goal here from the start, so I kind of hope so. I'm just going to drop taxes just to see what happens. Obviously, the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to go into a deficit here, but that's fine. We can literally recover it if we have to. Ah, look who's suddenly gaining even more standard of living. Probably everyone, because the income tax has dropped by 5% as well. Well, almost everyone. I suppose not everyone can benefit from it at once. Sorry, what is your expenditures like? Oh, close are down to +5, finally. I was hoping we'd get that down. No, sure, I want to see where this goes. Now, technically, Mexico's going to keep this war going, but I don't see what they plan to do. Actually, they're getting naval invaded by one of our subjects, the Egyptians. That's great. I love that when that happens. I'm not even targeting them, they're still getting bullied by my subjects. Wait, how is that winery going? 22.3%. You know what? It's actually doing pretty decent. Decent enough that I would not mind turning a lot of France into that, just so the unemployment in France is resolved. It will probably crash the price, but the French and the Italians are both obsessed with it, so it's not a terrible idea. Not necessarily a good idea either, but it's not a terrible one. And we did just add more Italians to the mix. Oh, I forgot to cancel this one. right. So that means we could just add them to the list, I guess? Yeah. Not much of a reason not to, I guess. If we do single-party state now, I'm pretty sure the party that just won the elections wins. By default, yeah. They would become the single-party state. We could restore the monarchy. Let's not. I don't want to be having my retinas burned by the game. Plus, I like this color. I am curious what single-party state might do to our flag, though. But we probably shouldn't dabble in such darkness. 2.1 billion in rising. We are running a deficit even harder now because we are constructing a lot ourselves. But that will be resolved in no time. Ballet Epoch's almost over. It's almost been 10 years since we got that started. We are about 2 hours, 25 minutes in. I had to check really quick because I thought we were not doing good on time. We're actually doing great on time. We will absolutely reach 1920 before our 3-hour mark because, yeah, 3 hours is already a lot of video to watch. That's why I'm trying to keep up the pace here, even if it means we're not playing optimally and constantly doing wars to constantly unify. Because if we micromanage it like that, it's gonna kind of suck in the long run. I wonder where our biggest financial district is. It's got to be the one in Bohemia. It's got 1,200. Which is just owning things all over the world, apparently. It's employing over 300,000 people. Like, that's just crazy. Grocery demand is really up there, I see. I don't know what they're building. I just hope whatever they're building is a good priority of things we need. Oh! The food company's building 4 more food industries in Bavaria. Nice. I actually own a majority of the ones here. Cool. But yeah, I can't wait to do another game on the more up-to-date patch, because I did do a game run of it, and it was nice. I liked the changes that were brought about since 1.8.3. Actually, looking at this, the Pan-European Food Sync owns almost 1/3 of them now, so they're actually kind of accelerating on that. Good for them. We are 0.3, right? Yes, we are. Okay. I had to double check for a second. We could have done 1.8.6 for this, but I didn't want to compromise the stability of the run by changing patches for it. I was a little concerned about that. Oh, they declared bankruptcy years ago. Well, that's alright. Trespassing. Oh, I've never gotten this side of the event. I can say it's an accident and get prestige loss, or I can suffer infamy. I think I'll just suffer the infamy. It's, oh, we actually hit 1,000 infamy. Awesome. I thought 999 was the cap. I guess you can get 1,000 if there's an event. Very nice. 1,000 probably is the cap. It probably just immediately falls the moment you unpause or something. So that's probably why I never really, notice it. The French Republic, as if they're a threat. Hey, you're a great power again. Well done. Kazakh Khanate. Trying to think of what to do next. Although my stomach is saying food, my brain is saying Victoria 3. So we're kind of at an impasse there. Could annex the Ottomans, because they do own a great deal of Europe. Oh! I almost forgot. Montenegro. Come join the Union. Can't have that being, split from everyone else, right? If I was micromanaging the economy, it would probably be doing better right now. It is my personal opinion, but then this video would probably be 6 hours long of me micro-pausing and micro-building and managing everything, which I've had a habit of doing, and I'm trying to kick that habit. At least enough to where we can keep up pace here a bit. Having the private construction pool build a lot of this makes it easier, but obviously they can't switch productions And I haven't really been investing in electricity. We could do it. We could micromanage electricity. I don't know how long that would take us, though. That would take time. But how are services? Service prices are actually pretty up there. We do need to consider electricity in the urban centers, even if it causes a price problem, which I'm certain it will. Yeah, that was in my expectations, because the vast supermajority of them won't even be employed yet. So the investment pool should react to that at some point. I just don't know when it will react to that. It might not even react. Ukraine is demanding independence. Russia's been pulled into... Wow, it's a lot of independent demands. Let's see, reduce Ukraine's autonomy. That's a no-brainer. We can make Ireland a protectorate. And then, could we just annex all of Romania the hard way? Yes, we could. Or the Ottomans in this too. Or... I think they are. Yeah, they are. It's just a weird front issue, I think. Yeah, they're in this. Yeah, we'll kind of wipe Romania off the map here just to make it look a little better. That sounds awful when I say it like that. We're wiping out an entire country just because the map needs to look different. That just sounds awful. I see Sweden is in this as well. I did catch that. Got 39 points left. We could spend it on something. Oh, Egypt's in on it too. Neat. I mean, they're welcome to resist, but I don't think this is going to end well for them. They're expecting Russia to carry them here. That's not happening. Could take some Ottoman states, but I'd rather weaken the Russians further. Just kind of, you know, yoink a few states here and there off of them and all that. Actually, could we steal? No, we don't have enough points. Okay. How many points do we have again? 39? Saratov, I remember, can be a good... Oh, he's got torrential rains. I almost clicked the give in button like a muppet again. I gotta stop mousing near there. Here. I guess we could seize that part of Dobrosia as well. Adana, Egyptian desert. There's so much stuff we could just seize. I guess we unify Dobrosia while we're at it. So there's someone defending areas in case we get naval invaded. I know we're not covering every front, and that's fine. We're covering enough fronts. And some places like Ireland we'll just deal with a bit interdependently here. A bit separately is what I mean. Woof. Definitely giving us a run for our money, though, with all these wars. Literally, I don't know where our money's gone. Okay, I do see a few power plants here and there being built, but not a lot. A lot of tool workshops in New York, which is a little concerning. I don't think New York has the population for that. I guess if it doesn't, I guess it soon will. Once the mass migration potentially kicks in, at least. The recruit. What happened over here? I mean, I guess it's a bit obvious. There was a anarchist revolt that broke away from Japan, but it's just kind of like, what happened? Ah, cool. Yeah, see, they might have won over here, the war there. That's because I didn't oppose them at all. Defend here, because I think the numbers are significantly different. Yeah. Alright. I don't think our standard of living will get much higher. I think we are kind of entering that period where it keeps cycling up and down. Plus, you have to consider the average in Africa is definitely not good, and it's probably not going to get better. Could make our own colonies there to alleviate the issue, but we'll see. We'll see. I should annex Bosnia at least, just to help map paint a bit better. I don't think we're going to have enough time for that, though. We are slowly running out of time. I misclicked. There we go. Ooh, stone rollers. Why not? Alright. We have hit 1920, so we are entering that end phase here where we're going to stop at some point, because I don't think we're going to reach 1936 before the third hour mark. I'm kind of feeling like our third hour mark there is going to kind of be the deadline if I can keep track of it. That way this doesn't get too long, and also we don't have to do a part 4. We can then move on to something else. There were various ideas proposed. I know one viewer proposed doing kind of a rags to riches campaign where we take one of the poorest countries at the start of Victoria 3, although we might have to limit which one we take, because if it's like so poor that you can't do anything for half the game and we're just staring at the screen, we probably won't do a country like that, because if we can't do anything, that would kind of suck, right? So I'd like to at least do it as a country where we can at least do something. Maybe an African country, because at least there you can kind of war against the other Africans and play kind of off the great powers and all that. There are other countries like Persia too that aren't as poor as certain countries, but they definitely start off in a position where they are weaker and definitely need to build up to a stronger position. I don't think Qing counts because they technically have a huge amount of potential and they already have an army that can beat a lot of... Well, I say they have an army that can beat a lot of people. The first 5 years they can't because they're too addicted to opium. But that's something we're going to kind of consider. We might also do something completely different from Victoria 3. We will see. It kind of depends on where we'll go from there. But right now, we're going to at least wrap this up so it's no longer sitting on the table waiting to be finished. That way we can at least move on. I just made you a puppet. You really think I'm going to immediately give you autonomy again, Ukraine? It's cute that they think I will. Oh. Horodna? I might be mispronouncing it. I didn't realize its name was going to change. See, I don't know when it's going to change the names and when it's not going to change the names. I don't know. And it's really throwing me off here. Ah, I see what happened. Oh, those got expensive. Guess it makes sense, standard of living and all that. Oh, clothes would drop so hard. I got an idea. Remember how we said we weren't going to use glass with the oil? I've changed my mind. I have an idea to solve the luxury crisis. But it's going to take a lot of oil and a lot of furniture. And probably a lot of wood. A lot of hardwood, to be precise. Let's get all of this going here. Especially in the newly conquered territories. Could definitely use some jobs. Well, maybe use some jobs, we'll see. We're over 400 million people now, and that's basically us controlling all this territory in Europe, the territory in Africa, and then a few states in the US, which I don't think are more than a couple million each. Mostly, yeah. But what should happen here is furniture demand should go down and get replaced by glass for the pups, which does appear to be occurring over time, so that's good. And then luxury furniture should alleviate the demand for luxuries, which might help some people go up in standard of living. But that's very situational because it depends on if their income just went down or not because of that change. So for some of them, they might actually not go up in standard of living at all. And for others, they might. Okay, is that the war over? Are we demobilized? Excellent. Oh, lowlands reclamation. Yeah, let's do that. I'd love more land. Oh, oil prices are actually doing fine. That is a lot of oil from the Baku oil rigs now. Ooh. And we still need more. This is why I really wanted that oil company from Romania, but... I mean, the state's not incorporated yet anyway. I actually forgot to do the incorporations. Technically, we could incorporate all of Africa, too. But we don't have enough time for that at this point. We did incorporate Bombay, though, which is funny. It's 3% of our GDP now, and is primarily groceries and coffee. Which the productivity of here definitely improved since it got that 10% difference in MAPI. That no doubt changed recently. It's a good chunk of food right there. How much of our total, like, food security is just groceries? 55%! Oh man, if grocery prices ever spike, there's gonna be a famine. So we better make sure that doesn't ever happen in the future. Oh boy. Unemployed are below below 4 million again, so that's good. Need to recheck this because I'm pretty sure this all broke down here, yeah. I just noticed that revolt going on in Brazil from the notification system. I think we could run on a 200k deficit. That seems fine. What are we spending subsidies on? Basically railways, because transportation prices have probably crashed. Oh, wow. I know I said they probably crashed, but I didn't think it was that bad. Steam Donkey would actually make money here. Why are you suffering a negative? Oh, flood. Right. Okay, fair enough. Carry on. Or don't carry on, I guess, because you're dealing with a flood, but I think you get what I mean. Ooh, I know what we could do for the logging camps. We can cause a second electricity shortage. Because we haven't even solved the first crisis of that, now we're making another one. Look, I never said this was going to be wise. Alright, so we've got another war. Another attempt to secede. The Irish are already in this. Why am I not even surprised? Well, Mexico's in this too. Cool. Just a moment. Oh, Ukraine's in this as well. Right, because they're all subjects. They can all just support each other, huh? That's fine. We can deal with this, no problem. If I can click properly. We really should solve the electricity problem, but I was kind of waiting to see if the investment pool would just, like, mass build a bunch of electrical stations everywhere to solve it. But I'm not seeing that being the case. So what we're gonna do to resolve kind of the mainland issue of it is just kind of build level 5s everywhere, which is not exactly the greatest reaction to have because there's a good chance a lot of these are just gonna go under. I just put 10 in a state, but that's fine. Let's see, we'll be fine. At least in a lot of the states where I know we've built up a lot more. will probably need a lot more electricity as a result. A lot of these states, really. Like, Brunswick is probably fine, for example. Yeah, it's fine. Ah, the game has crashed on us. Oh, dearie me, dearie me. Okay, let me boot the game back up really quick, but I might just take that as a... I might just take that as our cue to maybe call it here, because we are nearing 3 hours. And the game did just crash on us here, which tells me stability is starting to, not be happy with us. Yeah, because I would love to be playing on the latest build from this point on for stability's sake, but that's also why I didn't want to switch builds, because, you know, it could become unstable. There's no way to know until it breaks, and it just did. Yeah, so we're gonna quickly boot this up, go over everything else, and probably call it due to that, because we are very close to 1936. I do want to keep going, but we have kind of reached this point where we just literally deleted entire countries from existence. Alright, it's booting up really quickly here. You should be able to hear it now, yep. Thankfully the heating system is working wonderfully, at least. Not the heating system, the cooling system. But yeah, so, before it decides to just crash on us again there, I did think the 1920s would be about where we get, because the game does not like it when there's mass army fights everywhere. I've noticed a performance drop, especially in Europe when that kind of conflict happens. I'm not certain why it happens, but I have noticed it multiple times, which is enough to tell me that it does happen because of Europe. And that is one of the reasons why I avoid trying to do too many wars in my games, but look at that unified Europe there. And this makes it look even better when you look at it from this lens. And just see all that blue. And then the fact that America is just... Oh, I just realized America is literally just suffering. Are they like starvation levels of suffering? Like, yeah, there are full-on famines in the United States. Oh god, it's caused 500,000 deaths in Colorado. Oh wow, that's horrifying. Yeah, that's just terrible. There's been some famines going on for, oh god, 4 years. 2 weeks, 10 weeks, 2 weeks. Yeah, that's not good. 10 weeks. What about down here? I'm curious. There's been a famine for 55 years in Santa Cruz. They've just been starving to death for half a century. Oh my god, who's even left here? Less than 10,000 people. Wow. That is horrifying. Yeah, that is terrifying. I am very surprised by how strong the petite bourgeoisie became, but when you consider wealth voting means all the bureaucrats and the clerks can vote, it starts to make sense. The laborers actually have the most political strength now, which is crazy. It tells you how rich the average pop has become in Europe, though, that can vote. That they've become so wealthy that they can actually do this. I really do want to keep going, though, but we are near our 3-hour limit here. So we'll go over a few additional things here. First, French became the 3rd largest pop group in the country after we annexed all of mainland France. Honorable mentions being the North Italians, Polish, and Hungarians for 4th, 5th, and 6th, respectively. And then there's the Marathi? I might be mispronouncing that a bit. They actually became obsessed with wine, and they're the ones that live in Bombay. Because I believe they're in Bombay. Yep, Bombay. They actually became obsessed with wine. That is actually a random obsession. So that would explain some of the wine prices we've been seeing. And I kind of just want to coast through this again really quick to see if there's any surprising ones in our country, at least, but I don't think there are. You start to get below 1%, so you start to kind of... Oh, the Croatians became obsessed with wine. Okay. So we did actually have some more demand for wine than initially suspected. There are some, like the Circassians, that have a taboo on liquor and wine by default in the game, so they will never demand for too much. I think the only time they would is if you just force it down them. trying to see. The Bedouins, I believe, start with coffee by default. Is an obsession. Yeah, so that's all really cool. We have way too many pops, though. God dang. 2 Karens. We didn't really do any religious conversion because we were on total separation. So as far as the religious overview is concerned, it's more or less business as usual. Barring maybe a couple areas that have been thrown off. I don't think there's going to be a difference in the cultural overview that would, like, stand out to us. Actually, no, the Alsace-Lorraine region is more South German than it is Alemannic or French. So that kind of became more, German than it was French. I think West Prussian usually has a German majority as the largest, but that could have changed. I could be wrong about that. Slovaks and Hungarians makes sense. Lots of North Italians still. Which is actually really cool. I do like that. Bretons are outnumbered. That makes sense. That's not a surprise at all. A lot of Romanians, actually. A lot of Romanians. I didn't really expect too much of a difference here. The only difference I would expect is maybe in Africa, weird things like Kenya's North German. You've got down here that's North German. Just weird little things like that is what I'm looking closer towards. I don't suspect the Yankees to change much. Oh, I mean, Slovene, South Italian, North German. So they have been migrating over here to some extent now and then. We can't see it because we just restarted. But all the Slovenes here makes me think that they've definitely been migrating ever since we took the territory over. GDP-wise, we are actually at exactly 6 per capita. I think our goal was 6. I'm not too certain if we had a goal for that, but our GDP is at 2.48 billion, and I am certain with great confidence that we could easily hit 3 billion before 1936, possibly even 4 billion if we keep doing these conquests, you know, take places like Russia and just mass industrialize it rapidly. Our investment pool is actually getting a reinvestment of 4.47 billion, which is insane, and because this is all about capitalists, non-capitalists. The richest group, actually, give me the largest group. I want the largest group. Is actually in Brandenburg, not Bohemia. What is the Brandenburg one like? 619? That can't be right. Bohemia should be larger then. Have I misread it? I might have misread that. Hang on. No, you... Oh, they're a larger group of capitalists because of the dependents, because of the workforce ratio difference. Okay, alright. See, that makes more sense now. That makes more sense. We should probably use the building registry instead. Really quickly here. Filter it down to just the financial districts. We have exactly 16,000. I love how it crashed and sent us back to this perfect point of just balance. So these financial districts are employing 4 million people. Of our 134 million people that are gainfully employed, 4 million of them are working in financial districts. Wait, how many company headquarters? Why do we have like 9 company headquarters? That might be a UI bug in the building registry. Yeah, we'll just ignore that. What about manor houses? 7,800. Oh, we need state atheists to make them have bureaucrats instead of clergymen. Got it. So almost 6 million people are working in building ownerships. If you count the companies, it's probably 6 billion then. Why are there different company headquarters? I don't know. I don't know why there's such a difference for them, but I'm just gonna file that under a bug and ignore it. Okay, so Bohemia does have the most. It is the largest one. What is the most productive one, though? South Tyrol at 28. Oh, wow. What about this one? It's literally just 15 oil rigs. Is it all from Baku? No, it's actually oil rigs in... in Burma. Not what I expected. Honestly, not what I expected at all. Who owns, like, all the Baku rigs? That's what I want to know. It's very split, but obviously anyone who owns that is going to make a lot of money. A lot of money. But this is our biggest one. It has holdings all over Europe and beyond. Reaching out all the way over here to the Americas, too. Oh, all the way to the West Coast, actually. Wow. With the oil rigs in Ontario that they own being the most wealthy. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, because it's got the full automation and everything. These are very wealthy bureaucrats and capitalists and clerks. 200,000 clerks that are just wealthy. It's no wonder the petite bourgeoisie had so much power and gained so much power. All these clerks are just voting for them really hard. And Pop Loyalist is only reinforcing that. So we'd probably have to kick the petite bourgeoisie out to change that if we wanted to. This is what? 269,000 clerks that are eating up 101 automobiles a week, 430 groceries. Dang. What area is that consuming the most in just Europe proper? Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Laborers, clerks, machinists, or mechanists, I believe, and then capitalist bureaucrats, yeah. It's interesting how much groceries became the national diet because the standard of living was getting so high that their demand for grain and fish were both dropping because it was being replaced by other foods. Oh, these floods. Why can't we just have more optimal sunlights? Or optimal sunlight harvest conditions? I like the harvest condition map mode, though. It's cool. It's very pretty. I like how they did it, personally. That's just me, though. Anyway, if there is anything else you would love to see, most of our pops are accepted. The vast majority of them are, the ones that matter. Do let me know. I can always load up the save again to try and check things out really quickly here. But thank you so much for watching. This was a fun time. We didn't exactly conquer all of Europe, but I would argue that about half of Europe is under either our direct control or under the control of subjects. You probably want to add a lot of Russia here, though, but at the rate this was going, if we didn't have that crash and we just kept continuing to 36, Spain would get wiped out, Britain would be invaded, and Russia would definitely be pushed back to the Ural Mountains here. So, absolutely, we could do it. This was very fun. That was a very fun laissez-faire game. 413 million people, growing by 5 million a year. So we'd get probably to 500 million people if this kept up, which is very fun. I want to get this really high one day. But once again, thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. I will see you next time.